Good evening, everyone. This is Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges, and we're live from Wigwam Stadium in Seminole, Texas tonight, and the Fort Stockton Panthers will be playing the first district game of the 2025 season. Both of these teams, Seminole and Fort Stockton, come into this game at 4-2 overall. Seminole's two losses are against Canyon West Plains and Lubbock Cooper Liberty, two very good teams, and Fort Stockton losing to Liberty, same team as Seminole did, and to San Angelo Lakeview. So, Darren, we should have an interesting game here tonight. Seminole is a state-ranked team, so they're very good.
They are. We were looking. They've got some big guys, kind of a David and Goliath matchup. They've got some good guys, some that have signed with colleges, but, they're a well-coached team. They've been a good team for a number of years now.
Yeah, they really have gotten their program going. It's always been decent, but I would say in the last 10 years they really have been very good at football also.
They really have. They stepped it up. I think one year they looked like they weren't very good. They ended up beating Andrews, and they've just gotten better, really better each year, and they've really a good program.
All right, so Seminole 4-2 on the year, first district game for both teams tonight. And so we're going to see, I think there's one team that's open tonight in our district, and then we've got another game going on in our district, which we'll be telling you about and passing along the scores. So it is a very important game as district starts. Teams trying to get into the playoffs and get the best seeding possible. And, at the end of district play, we'll split into Division I. Well, actually, I don't know. Let's see, we're already in Division II.
Yes.
So we'll just be in the Division II playoffs, seeded first through fourth, I guess.
Well, it is, yeah. That number one seed's always the best. We've got some Greenwood, Seminole look like they're maybe the top two teams. I believe we're a solid third, and we'll find out if we can jump Seminole tonight for that number 2 spot.
That's right. All right, we'll be back. Coach's Corner is up next. Then we'll return for our pregame show right before the kickoff, so stay tuned. We're on KFST, AM 860, KFST 94.3 FM, and also we're on KFST's YouTube page tonight. So stay tuned now for Coach's Corner.
It's time for Coach's Corner with KFST's Ken Ripley and head coach and athletic director of the Fort Stockton Panthers, DJ Howell. Coach's Corner is brought to you by Spring Branch Water Well Service, Cassandra's Flowers and More, La Rosita Cafe, and by West Texas Portraits. Join us now for Coach's Corner.
Hello, everyone. This is Ken Ripley with Panther head coach DJ Howell, and we're going to talk about last week's game against the Big Spring Steers here on Coach's Corner. A big comeback win for the Panthers, 42-21 over a Class 4A Division I opponent. So, Coach, what was your overall reaction to that ball game with Big Spring?
I was very proud of the way the guys responded and bounced back. The previous week we didn't play very well, played a really good football team and didn't play well. And so we needed to have a good bounce-back game. Got behind early in the first quarter. We kind of busted a couple pass coverages. And then, you have a decision to make as a team. Are you going to keep fighting and what are you going to do? And then for us to respond the way we did and play as well as we did for the next 3 quarters, I was very happy.
Well, Coach, one of the big bright spots in that game was that we had no turnovers, and we could say that out loud and with exclamation point. That was a great focus point for us last week, and it turned out that we didn't have any turnovers, so that's great news.
Yeah, I think that was one of the big keys in the ballgame. We are continuing to make a big emphasis on protecting the football, making sure that we're doing the right things, running drills, and just really hammering that point home throughout the week. And, the other thing is quarterbacks making good decisions with the football. And so we need to continue to do that, continue to make it a point of emphasis, but it was a big key in the game last week.
Well, Coach, the offense had a great night, generating about 500 yards of offense. How did the offense play last week?
Outstanding. Earlier in the year, we had a couple games where the defense really kind of carried the mail. And I remember talking with the offensive staff and some of the players and saying, it kind of, as a football team, the way the season goes, there's going to be nights where the shoe's going to be on the other foot and the offense is going to have to bail out the defense a little bit. And that's what happened the other night. We kind of, like I said, we kind of busted a couple coverages. and they were able to get some quick scores. But the offense just kept responding and keeping us in the ball game until the defense kind of got their footing.
All right, Coach. How about the most outstanding players on offense? I know there were a bunch of them, but mention a few of them.
Well, I think obviously it starts up front. You got to have time to throw the football, which the offensive line did. All the guys up front did, and then Jerry made really good decisions and threw the football well. And then we got excellent play out of both Nicky and Jaden Sotelo.
Yeah, they did a great job, and of course Nick Almendares at running back.
Of course, and his big runs and different things, kind of came later on in the ball game, and that's kind of the way he's built. He's a big physical running back, and so, we were able to open some things up with the passing game, and then that helped us be able to stick with the run a little while in the second half, and then he started kind of clicking off some of those big runs.
Well, Coach, on defense, our defense did give up the 3 first-quarter touchdowns, but after that, no touchdowns allowed. Kind of like a bend-and-don't-break defense for the latter part of that game. They played really well.
Yeah, we had some things that we felt like we were going to be able to do defensively, and, we just weren't on the same page on a couple of the things. We kind of got some stops on first and second down, gave up a big play on third down, and then those were things that we went over on the sideline with Coach Glover and the rest of the defensive staff and made some adjustments to it and made sure that we were, kind of dialing in on some of the things that we had seen on film throughout the week and played much better from that point on.
All right, and if you can, mention some outstanding players on defense.
I thought, once again, Jaden Sotelo played well at corner. Diego Ramos always plays well, and so he came up with a big interception. And then Fabian, he made a pick there towards the end that was important. And then Alon Leyva and some of those guys inside did a really nice job.
All right, Coach, how about the special teams performance?
Once again, Diego kicking the ball and just the overall unit with Coach Payne and Coach Chavez coaching that stuff, all those guys did an excellent job on kickoff coverage, punt return, and then our extra points.
All right, Coach, there's always areas where we need to improve. What's your focus this week?
Well, I think, when they look at the game film, when Seminole does, they're going to try to take some shots over the top of us this week. So we have to do a better job in the secondary communicating and understanding based on the formations and different looks that we're getting, what coverage we're in, and where the pressure points are of that, and make sure that we're hitting our landmarks and eyes in the right spot. So eliminating the big play in the secondary would be a big point of emphasis, especially defensively.
Okay, we'll take a break here on Coach's Corner. We'll be back in just a moment with part 2 of Coach's Corner after this.
Spring Branch Water Well Service offers complete sales and service of windmills, pumps, pressure tanks, water storage tanks, poly pipe, and offers generator rentals as well as testing and plugging. They're equipped with a well camera and will work at residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and oil field locations. They're located at 2905 West 9th Street. For great customer service, call day or night at 336-7867. That's 336-PUMP.
La Rosita Cafe invites everyone into their quaint restaurant for delicious Mexican food plates. Open Tuesday through Sunday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They have a fabulous and varied selection on the menu, and you'll love the taste of real Mexican food and the reasonable prices and great service. They also offer daily specials. La Rosita Cafe is located at 800 North Williams behind the former bus station. They also feature a drive-through window. Call for orders to go 336-0099. Cassandra's Flowers & More is located at 803 West Dickinson next to Citibank, and they offer beautiful floral arrangements for every special occasion in your life. They also feature personalized baskets made to order, green and blooming plants, balloons, and of course roses, and feature the best prices in town. Call Cassandra's Flowers & More to place your order 336-8809. Cassandra's Flowers & More, 803 West Dickinson. West Texas Portraits in Fort Stockton is your professional full-time photography studio supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. They can take all your personal sports photographs, family portraits, senior pictures, and other special photos you need. Call them today for an appointment and bring your children or entire family in for some great pictures that will be treasures for a lifetime. Go by 417 North Main or call West Texas Portraits at 432-336-9945.
All right, we're back with Coach's Corner with Panther head coach DJ Howell. Coach, let's talk about this week's opponent in our first district game, the Seminole Indians. What do you know about this ball club?
Very good football team, talented from top to bottom. They have really good skill kids, big up front, and then, they're well coached. And so, state ranked and all that implies. And so just a very good football club. And, we're going to have to play extremely well to give ourselves an opportunity tonight.
Coach, they played a tough pre-district season. They're 4-2, losses to Canyon West Plains and Lubbock Cooper Liberty, and wins over Shallowater and Sweetwater, Denver City, and Hereford. So they've got some, pretty impressive wins. What do we know about this Seminole team, the way they perform?
Like you talked about, they had a very challenging non-district schedule. And so, they got to come out of it understanding that they're a good football team. They've had success in the most of those ball games, and they've had chances and opportunities to win them on the ones that they didn't. And so, when I look at them on film, they make big plays in the passing game. They can run the football, big up front, and then defensively they're very active and they're going to challenge you, and they're very fast and aggressive.
Coach, what kind of offense and defense are we going to see from the Indians?
You're going to get a lot of spread look with motion and different things like that. They have a really good quick game. They take deep shots over the top, and then they can run the football well, but they do it out of spread, and so they're pretty multiple. Then defensively, they give you a lot of different looks. They can give you a 3-man front. They can give you a 4-man front, and, they like to mix it up. They'll mix up their coverages a little bit and give you some man, some cover 3, and different things. And so, when we were kind of going through the things this week, one thing that we hit on was we have to be really good at knowing our rules and, reading our keys and doing our things right, because you're not guaranteed on what you're going to get from down to down. And so we got to make sure that we're just sticking with our rules. And if we do that, then no matter what defense they come out in, that we'll have a chance of success.
Well, Coach, who would you say are the standout players for the Indians?
They got several of them. The number 0, he does a lot of things for them, does a great job. Number 11, he's a very good receiver for them. He makes a bunch of plays in the passing game. And then, their quarterback, number 12, he does a really good job, or number 7. And, does a really good job for those guys. And so you have to account for those guys. They have a couple other, players. Number 2, he's a guy that's a really nice ball player for them. And so they have them all over the place. And it's, you've got to do a really good job of being fundamentally sound, getting lined up, and knowing what your job and responsibilities are.
Well, I know that I was told by the play-by-play guy up in Seminole that they're getting like a number 1 Division I prospect on the offensive line back this week after a broken arm injury against Canyon West Plains in the first ball game. So he'll be back. But what is the talent level, strength, and size of this Seminole team, and how do they match up with us?
They're a big team, fast, and so they can do a little bit of everything offensively. They can run the football. They've got really good running backs and a good offensive line that's big. And then in the passing game, they have guys that are playmakers out on the edge, and so they don't mind throwing it out there to some of the guys they have out on the edge. And number 7's a really good quarterback. He's able to do things with his legs and with his arm. So talented football team that's got good size and good speed.
All right, Coach. And Greg Pointer, he's been the head coach at Seminole for several years, so that adds stability to their program.
Yeah, does a great job. From from a coaching standpoint, they're fundamentally sound. They mix things up offensively to kind of keep you on your toes, and then defensively, sound, get lined up. They play their responsibilities well, and then, they also make it where their defense can be aggressive and kind of come after you. And so it was a really good job over there.
All right, we'll take another break here on Coach's Corner. We'll be back in a moment.
Cassandra's Flowers and More is located at 803 West Dickinson next to Citibank, and they offer beautiful floral arrangements for every special occasion in your life. They also feature personalized baskets made to order, green and blooming plants, balloons, and of course roses, and feature the best prices in town. Call Cassandra's Flowers and More to place your order, 336-8809. Cassandra's Flowers and More, 803 West Dickinson. West Texas Portraits in Fort Stockton is your professional full-time photography studio supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. They can take all your personal sports photographs, family portraits, senior pictures, and other special photos you need. Call them today for an appointment and bring your children or entire family in for some great pictures that will be treasures for a lifetime. Go by 417 North Main or call West Texas Portraits at 432-336-9945. La Rosita Cafe invites everyone into their quaint restaurant for delicious Mexican food plates. Open Tuesday through Sunday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They have a fabulous and varied selection on the menu, and you'll love the taste of real Mexican food and the reasonable prices and great service. They also offer daily specials. La Rosita Cafe is located at 800 North Williams behind the former bus station. They also feature a drive-through window. Call for orders to go 336-0099.
Spring Branch Water Well Service offers complete sales and service of windmills, pumps, pressure tanks, water storage tanks, poly pipe, and offers generator rentals as well as testing and plugging. They're equipped with a well camera and will work at residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and oil field locations. They're located at 2905 West 9th Street. For great customer service, call day or night at 336-7867. That's 336-PUMP.
All right, we're back here on Coach's Corner with Panther head coach and AD DJ Howell. Coach, first question always of segment 3 is what are the keys to getting a victory over Seminole tonight? District game, really important, so talk about that. What are the keys for you?
We've got to eliminate some of the big plays that they try to get in the passing game. They do a really good job of getting some of their playmakers out in space, and then once you try to take away some of that, they take some shots over the top. So we have to communicate really well in the secondary and recognize some of the things that we're getting. And then on the flip side of the ball, we have to do a good job of blocking up front, giving Jerry time, and then we've got to take some shots of our own and make a couple things happen in the passing game, which will open up our running game a little bit.
Well, Coach, are you looking to move the chains consistently or looking for some big plays of our own?
Well, I think you're going to have both. I think that there are certainly going to be points in time where we've got to take some shots. If you don't do that, they're just going to keep squeezing you and squeezing the box and those type of things. But then, if you get some of those things going your way, then that opens up the running game and allows you to do some of that underneath passing stuff that you're going to need to keep some drives going. And so we're going to probably have to – well, not probably. We're going to have to do both tonight.
All right, Coach, about our injury situation now, any key injuries suffered in the big spring game, or are we getting some people back, or how's it looking?
No, we're pretty healthy right now, knock wood, and we just, Coach Poulos is doing a really good job with the training, and, the guys come in for their treatments and stuff, and they've done a really good job of taking care of themselves. And so, we try to be smart during the week and not just beat each other to death and at the same time still get in quality work. And so I think we're seeing some of that pay off, and we just got to keep our fingers crossed and keep doing the right things.
Well, Coach, we'll be on the road tonight, a fairly long road trip. Seminole has really good facilities all across the district. So I guess we're looking forward to a road trip here.
Yeah, everything is going to be a road trip. When you're living out in West Texas, everything's 2 hours, it seems like. And, I forget that growing up out in West Texas that, everything was, it was a big deal to go on a road trip and the families and everything caravanning out of town and all that stuff. And so when you're back out here, that comes with the territory. But, I think we have done a good job of traveling with the right mindset of that we're there to go, it's a work trip. And so we'll get on the bus, and once we get there to the stadium, we'll be ready to punch in and go to work.
Well, Coach, how have the Panther practice sessions been this week?
Good. And at the right, and it's one of those things where you start out earlier in the week and it's a little calmer, and then by Friday you want to be hitting that fever pitch where you're ready to go. And so we've done a good job of balancing out, letting the guys come back from the previous week and then building that urgency throughout the week to where everybody understands that the standard's high. What we expect is a lot. And, demanding that in practice day in and day out, it's tiresome. I said this when I got hired, and I believe it today more than I do at any point in my career, and that is winning is ugly. And when you win, that is a culmination of all the days in between games where, you are putting in work in the dark when nobody's looking, all those early morning practices and all those things. We have grinded through this week, and we're certainly ready to play tonight.
Well, Coach, it's like a second season beginning now. You went 4-2 in non-district, and that's a very respectable record. A couple of losses against some good teams that have turned out to be really good. So now we start our second season here.
Yeah, I think we played our best ball game last week, which means we're getting better and we're developing, which is, what you want to see out of your team. You're never staying the same. You're either getting better or worse. And so we certainly got better last week. And I think that there is a healthy dose of people in our, amongst our team and our coaching staff where we're not satisfied with where we're at. We want to be better. We understand we're going to need to be better against Seminole. Very good football team. I have a ton of respect for them. But at the same time, we're not going to fear anybody. We have to stand on our own 2 feet, make sure that we're getting better, and then tonight take our shots and get after them a little bit.
All right, Coach, I know you want to invite all the Panther fans to travel to Seminole tonight, support our Panther football team. Nice place to play. We had a pretty good crowd last week, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought the fans traveled really well, and they have this entire year. I think we're putting out a product that those fans can be proud of, and they understand that we have a high standard for what we're trying to do, and so their support's important to us. And so just would encourage everybody to make that trip, and let's be loud and let's have a great night.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight against the Seminole Indians, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for having me and for all that you do.
All right, we'll be back next week with Coach's Corner. I'm Ken Ripley for KFST.
You have been listening to Coach's Corner with KFST's Ken Ripley and head coach and athletic director of the Fort Stockton Panthers, DJ Howell. Coach's Corner is brought to you this season by Spring Branch Water Well Service, Cassandra's Flowers and More, La Rosita Cafe, and by West Texas Portraits. Thank you for joining us for Coach's Corner. It's time for the pregame show, brought to you by Bayou Terraza, Miller Meat Company, Edward Jones Investments, and by Fort Stockton Body Shop. Let's join Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges now for the pregame show.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges, and we're live here tonight from the stadium here at Seminole, Texas. It's Wigwam Stadium, and Darren Hodges is trying to get his headphones sorted out right now so that we can get started. But Darren, I think we'd be, leaving something out big time if we fail to mention last week's great game that the Panthers had against the Big Spring Steers. That was really a classic and one of the best games that I've seen the Panthers play probably ever. But we were down 21-7 at the end of the first quarter, and then the Panthers just came storming back. We tied the game at halftime, 21-21, and it was all Fort Stockton in the second half. We won that game 42-21, scored 3 unanswered we scored 5 total unanswered touchdowns in the game, but 3 more in the second half, and kept Big Spring out of the end zone. And Big Spring is no slouch, and so that was a really good game by the Panthers. No turnovers, and just a good balance on offense. Put up 500 yards of offense. So it was a great game.
Really was. We got a couple of key turnovers because Big Spring had some talent. They had 2 or 3 guys that were really good players. Their quarterback hurt us all night long, but you know what? He couldn't get into the end zone after the first quarter, and I just thought it was, when we wanted to pass it, we passed it. I don't know how much of that is a read, but we threw the ball effectively, we ran the ball effectively, and then the defense just kept them out of the end zone. They gave up plenty of yards, but once they got around the 20 or 30, they just stopped them. And then we did force a couple of turnovers. It was really a big win.
It was a really big win by Fort Stockton last week to go 4-2 on the season. Actually, Big Spring was favored in that game by 7, and we won by 21. So that is a big upset win by the Panthers last week. Really good game played by Fort Stockton. But, Darren, tonight, we come in with a 4-2 team also, the Seminole Indians. They played a very tough schedule. I think they're coming off of a win over Hereford last week, and Hereford's a good team out of Class 5A, I believe. And so they're either 4A Division I or 5. I think maybe they're 4A Division I. But at any rate, we're both 4-2 coming in. Seminole is a big favorite in this game. They're state ranked. They, have some guys who are going on to the next level to play college football. But I noticed they've really got a lot of seniors on this team. So I don't think they'll be the same team at all next year, but who knows. But they do have a huge offensive line that I was noticing, and they're just big all over, and they've got some speed and real good skill people. So it's going to be a challenge.
Well, it is. I think typically you look at a Seminole team, and they're not blazing fast like some teams, but they have good football speed, and they have a lot of size. And, we've seen guys, we saw the guy that went to UT that are 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". They're just big kids.
Well, they've got another kid this year who is a Division I prospect. In fact, I think he's already committed to UTEP, and he's a 6'7", 280-pound right tackle, Chase Elrod. And, you get a guy that big, and I saw him out there, number 57. He's huge. And the rest of their offensive line, we're looking at 6'4", 210, like we said, 6'7", 280, 6 foot 250, 6'5", 230, and 6 foot 230. That's their offensive line.
Yeah, it's a big line, and so we're going to have to play well. And, the thing is, we have been playing well. Outside the Lakeview game, we had a great start. Jerry went out. We kind of got, I think, out of sorts. We didn't play a good game against Lakeview. But you know what? We've played pretty well the rest of the year. That first half against Alpine was a flawless game. Last week, the last 3 quarters were really good. So Coach Howell has done a nice job of getting us playing good football.
He does. He has. All right, we are going to be back in a moment. We've got the starters for both sides of the ball here and both teams. We'll be back in a moment.
One of Fort Stockton's greatest treasures is Bella Terraza in downtown Fort Stockton, the fabulous gift and home decor store. Amy makes frequent trips to the market and brings back many special, unique items that would be a great addition to any home. For glassware, pottery, Western items, unique home furnishing, kitchen items, pictures, mirrors, and much more. Shop Bella Terraza today with great prices to please West Texas. Come and visit Bella Terraza today in downtown Fort Stockton at 116 North Main.
Miller Meat Company of Fort Stockton simply has the best quality meats in West Texas, and they have many great products made with their premier meats they want you to know about. How about a tomahawk steak, 2 to 3 inches thick and delicious, shrimp kebabs, jalapeno poppers, fajita pinwheels, seasoned beef fajita mix, and sirloin steaks, plus 7-bone thin-cut steaks, cross-cut ribs, Cajun stuffed chicken, and much more, including their own in-house hamburger patties. Call in your order for pickup, 432-336-2979.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started towards your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisor Sal Salazar can help. For all your investment needs, call 336-3611. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you need expert auto body repair, see the guys who've been in the business for many years at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck. They offer auto body repair from minor fender benders to repairing your vehicle after a more serious accident. They'll repair and paint like new along with replacement parts needed, and your vehicle will be working like new again. They also offer auto glass repair and replacement and window tinting. Free estimates also available at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck.
No wandering off.
All right, we're back. Now we've got the starting defense now for the Seminole Indians, and then Darren's going to have our starting offense. That'll be fine. Austin Olivas is the free safety. He's a 6'3", 185-pound senior. Jaden Corrales, cornerback for Seminole, a sophomore, 5'10", 165 pounds. And Diego Cortez, the strong safety. He's a 5'8" senior, 160 pounds. Weston Dugan, or Duggan, probably Dugan, is a cornerback, junior, 5'10", 145 pounds. Linebacker Tyler Friesen, a junior, 5'11", 175 pounds. And Abraham Castillo, a linebacker, a junior, 6 foot, 170 pounds. Middle linebacker is Ryan Wardenberg, a 6 foot senior, 160 pounds. Defensive end Gabriel Alanis, a 6'4", 230 pound senior. Defensive tackle Aaron Sigala, a 5'10", 240 pound senior. And defensive end Audiel Sanchez, a 5'9" senior, 195 pounds. Nose guard Zarius Vasquez, a senior, 5'10", 255 pounds. So, Darren, they're big on the defensive line also.
And a lot of seniors.
Yes, a lot of seniors.
All right, tonight on offense for the Fort Stockton Panthers. At running back, number 0, Nick Almendares. He's a 5'8", 170-pound senior. At, at receiver, at halfback, number 6, Cedric Lopez, a 5'9", 145-pound senior. At receiver, number 10, Angel Lujan, a 5'9", 142-pound junior. Quarterback, number 11, Jerry Diaz, a 5'9", 220-pound senior. At receiver, number 21, Jaden Sotelo, a 5'7", 151-pound senior. At receiver, number 23, Nicky Sotelo, a 5'7", 160-pound sophomore. At left tackle, number 55, Roy Marcus, a 5'9", 201-pound junior. Right tackle, number 56, Jose Baisa, a 5'9", 218-pound senior. Left guard, number 58, Ethan Guerra, a 5'9", 220-pound senior. Right guard, number 72, J.J. Montoya, a 6'2", 282-pound junior. And at center, number 75, Cy Rojas, a 6'2", 217-pound senior.
Okay, very good. We will be back. We've got the kickoff of our game from Wigwam Stadium in Seminole coming up. And so we'll take this break. We'll be back with the rest of tonight's starters after this.
Miller Meat Company of Fort Stockton simply has the best quality meats in West Texas, and they have many great products made with their premier meats they want you to know about. How about a tomahawk steak, 2 to 3 inches thick and delicious, shrimp kebabs, jalapeno poppers, fajita pinwheels, seasoned beef fajita mix, and sirloin steaks, plus 7-bone thin-cut steaks, cross-cut ribs, Cajun stuffed chicken, and much more, including their own in-house hamburger patties. Call in your order for pickup, 432-336-2979.
When you need expert auto body repair, see the guys who've been in the business for many years at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck. They offer auto body repair from minor fender benders to repairing your vehicle after a more serious accident. They'll repair and paint like new along with replacement parts needed, and your vehicle will be working like new again. They also offer auto glass repair and replacement and window tinting. Free estimates also available at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started towards your retirement goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Sal Salazar can help. For all your investment needs, call 336-3611. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
One of Fort Stockton's greatest treasures is Bella Terraza in downtown Fort Stockton, the fabulous gift and home decor store. Amy makes frequent trips to the market and brings back many special, unique items that would be a great addition to any home. For glassware, pottery, Western items, unique home furnishing, kitchen items, pictures, mirrors, and much more. Shop Bella Terraza today with great prices to please West Texas. Come and visit Bella Terraza today in downtown Fort Stockton at 116 North Main.
All right, we're back with more Panther football, and now we'll take a look at the Seminole Indian offense. Their tight end is Colton Kramer. He's a 6'3", 205-pound senior. Receiver Logan McCormick. He's really a good one, I understand. 5'10", 155-pound senior. Receiver Jason Robledo, a 6', 160-pound junior. Their quarterback, also very good, Dominic Higgins. He's a 6'1", 175-pound senior. Receiver Jordan Garcia, a 6'1", 165-pound senior. Running back Landon Guerra, a 5'8", 155-pound freshman. And at right guard, here's their offensive line, Noah Alvidres, a 6'4", 210-pound senior. Right tackle Chase Elrod, he's committed to UTEP. He's a 6'7", 280-pound senior. Center is Jory Gutierrez, a 6', 250-pound senior. Left tackle Colby Sanders, a 6'5", 230-pound senior. And left guard Jack Parkey, a 6', 230-pound junior. So that's the offense for the Indians. Now Seminole is, Darren has our starting defense for Fort Stockton.
I'm anti-Seminole. All right, starting tonight for Fort Stockton on defense, we've got number 2, Jordan Olvera, a 5'2", 140-pound free safety. Number 3, Christian Bislar, a 5'9", 165-pound senior linebacker. Number 4, Fabian Ramirez, a 5'7", 160-pound senior linebacker. Number 5, Anthony Cortez, a 5'7", 140-pound senior cornerback. At linebacker, number 8, Alan Leyva, 5'11", 180-pound senior. At cornerback, number 9, Diego Ramos, a 5'8", 165-pound senior. At linebacker, number 15, Angel Mendoza, a 5'7", 165-pound senior. Strong safety, number 23, Nicky Sotelo, a 5'7", 160-pound sophomore. Defensive end, number 55, Roy Marcus, a 5'9", 201-pound junior. Nose guard, number 63, Cariol Rojero, a 5'8", 180-pound senior. And at defensive end, number 66, Moises Villarreal, a 5'7", 218-pound senior.
All right, Darren, the Fort Stockton Panthers have won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. The captains out there for Fort Stockton are Alan Leyva, I believe, number 8. Diego Ramos is another captain, and Jerry Diaz another captain for the Panthers, and also Nick Almendarez. All right, we'll be back. We've got the kickoff of tonight's game coming up from Seminole after these words.
You have been listening to the Pregame Show with Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges. The Pregame Show has been brought to you by Bella Terraza, Miller Meat Company, Edward Jones Investments, and by Fort Stockton Body Shop. Stay tuned for Fort Stockton Panther Kickoff.
It's time now for Fort Stockton High School Panther football on KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and KFST's YouTube page. Panther football is being brought to you by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Cassie Ledesma State Farm, The Steakhouse Restaurant, The First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance Agency, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place in Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Panther football also brought to you by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepitos Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture Appliance, and by BBT. Now stay tuned for Panther football.
All right, Fort Stockton won the toss. We'll defer on offense to the second half. So we'll be kicking off to the Indians, and we're facing that westerly sun, which will be going down in about 20-25 minutes, and that we should be really good after that. But right now we're staring right into that sun. But Darren, this is going to be an interesting game to start. Seminole will try to unleash that potent offense at the very beginning. You know, they've scored a lot of points this year.
Well, they really have, but I know against Liberty that beat us both, and Seminole did score first in that game. They were up 7-0, I believe, and then I guess Argyle, then Liberty, or no, not Argyle Liberty, but Lubbock
Cooper Liberty.
Lubbock Cooper Liberty ended up pulling away.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment with Panther football's kickoff.
Hey Panther fans, this is Rudy Franco with Amistad Motors, inviting you to come out and take a look at our pre-owned inventory. We have a good selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. We have several certified pre-owned units that come with an extended warranty. So if you are in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, drive on over to 2110 West Dickinson or give us a call at 336-9000. Amistad Motors, friends serving friends. Go Blue!
The trusted name in Fort Stockton and the surrounding area for construction projects of all kinds is Jones Leasing Incorporated, owned and operated by Ross Jones since 1994 for construction jobs, including remodeling projects and roofing, including hail damage, maintenance and repair, painting, and much more. It's Jones Leasing, a fully insured local company with offices at the Hodges Building in Fort Stockton across from City Hall. Call Ross Jones today for a free estimate at 432-290-7171.
Do you know where you can get a great lunch special for a very affordable price? At Bienvenido's Mexican food restaurant, of course. Their lunch special is served Monday through Friday during lunchtime. Monday is the grilled chicken salad. Tuesday is the taco plate. Wednesday it's Bienvenido's nachos. Thursday it's the hamburger basket. And Friday it's the enchilada plate. You can come by Monday through Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. for a delicious Mexican-style breakfast. Bienvenido's open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 405 West Dickinson.
This is Dakota Livesay for the Pecos County State Bank. As with anything valuable, trust is earned. The Pecos County State Bank has been earning trust in West Texas for over 85 years. Trust is a cornerstone of our business. You trust us with your money, your personal business, and your life. We live up to that trust every day. At the Pecos County State Bank, you will find reliability, honesty, and safety. You will find trust. The Pecos County State Bank, all the bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
All right, we're back, and the Fort Stockton Panthers will be kicking off to the Seminole Indians to start this ball game. We won the toss and deferred to the second half, so we'll take the ball at the beginning of the third quarter. And Diego Ramos, the outstanding kicker for the Panthers, has done a great job all year long. Now, Darren, he will be kicking into a slight wind out of the southeast, about 10 miles per hour. Now, a few moments ago, we had 84 degrees. I'm not sure what it is now, maybe 82.
80?
Okay, 80. And humidity about 34%. We've got partly cloudy skies, but the sun is shining right now through from the west. And, again, we've got fairly gusty winds from the southeast. All right, here's the kick by the Panthers. Diego Ramos with a short pooch kick, and it will go out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And I believe it was number 3 there, perhaps, Jaden Corrales, guarding that ball as it went out of bounds. But that'll be a penalty against the Panthers for the ball going out of bounds. And what is that, a 5-yarder usually?
I think it is. We're going to re-kick it.
They're going to force us to re-kick. I think they have the choice of either assessing the penalty against the Panthers or taking the ball right there or taking the ball with the penalty. So let's see. That will move it back to the 35, will it not,
yes,
for the kickoff?
Yes, it will. Yeah, I think they can take it at the 35 or have it re-kicked with the penalty yardage.
All right, well, they're going to decline the penalty, so we'll kick from the same spot. They will not assess a penalty. It's just
they got to penalize us.
It's a re-kick.
No, they're supposed to move it back 5 yards.
Well, they didn't. We're re-kicking from the 40.
Yeah, already we've got a zebra huddle.
Yeah, here we go.
And
they're gonna assess the penalty of 5 yards against the Panthers. All right, so now Diego Ramos will kick from the 35 into the wind out of that southeast. Austin Olivas is back to return. I know on the far side. All right, here's the kick, and it goes to Olivas. He takes it at the 15-yard line. Olivas comes to the right, and some pretty good blocking there for Seminole, but a good tackle by Fort Stockton, a good ankle tackle. Coming in to make that tackle was number 19, Ryan Chavez, and a good job by Chavez on that tackle.
Well, they lost 6 yards really on that. They would have accepted the penalty. I think they would have been at the 35. Instead, they're going to be back at the 28. So really good coverage by the Panthers.
And Olivas there with an 18-yard return for the Indians. The quarterback is Higgins, number 7. And he's got 2 running backs. Logan McCormick is one of them, and the other is Caton Kramer. And they now split out into receiver positions. Here's a completed pass into the left flat for the Indians to number 0, Caton Kramer. And Kramer gets good yardage, about 8 on that pass completion.
A little bit of a wide receiver screen. They just brought both out of the backfield and lined them up, and looks like they're moving this back. I think they might have had a man downfield or holding. That looks like a holding.
That's a holding call against the Indians. So wipe out that play. We'll replay it, and Seminole will have a first down and 20.
Well, they only moved it back 9 yards. They didn't move it back 10 yards.
You're right. They moved it back to the 19. And they put the running back in motion. Delayed snap by the quarterback.
And perhaps
now they're calling an audible. They've still got 7 seconds on the play clock. Now they put the running back into his position. And here's the quarterback, and that's a completed pass to number 4 there, Jason Robledo. And he will have about 10 yards. Well, we'll call it 9 to the 28-yard line.
I bet on the penalty they were blocking downfield, so it was a spot foul.
Second down and 10 now for the Indians. Quarterback in the shotgun, 1 receiver here on the near side, split out wide, and now they hand it off to him. A receiver in motion, and he breaks a tackle, and he's got a first down and is upended at Fort Stockton territory at the 47-yard line. So that is a 25-yard end-around play by Seminole, and it's a first down for the Indians. They're at the Fort Stockton 46-yard line, 2 receivers on each side. They put a man in motion. Here's the quarterback back to throw, and he goes to the outlet receiver, and that's going to be a loss on the play. Good tackling by Fort Stockton on the receiver, who was Caton Kramer, and he's a pretty big guy, and Fort Stockton stopped him for a loss of 7 yards on the play.
Really nice job of contain, and big guy didn't have a lot of speed to get out of the outside, and we had good pursuit.
Right, the quarterback in the shotgun once more on 2nd and long now for the Indians after that loss on the play. Seminole running good routes, but they're having trouble finding someone open, and the quarterback is going to be sacked. He's finally going to be brought out of bounds. And a really good tackle there by Fabian Ramirez, just hanging on to the quarterback to his pants legs, it looks like, to bring him down for no gain.
Actually, he stepped out about 2 yards back, and they missed it when they spun him around. But nice job again. Good pursuit by our defense, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
3rd and 18 for the Indians. They've got 3 receivers on the left and 2 on the right. Quarterback in the shotgun, Higgins. Good snap, and boy, there's good protection for that young man. And And there is a completion, but it's going to be short of the first down. It's a completion down to the 42-yard line. So that'll be a gain of about 12 on the play on the reception. But no first down. It's 4th and 6 for the Indians, and they're going for it, Darren.
I'm surprised they've thrown it on every play except, well, they had an end around, I guess.
Yeah, they had a couple of running plays. 4th down and 6. And the Indians come back up to the line of scrimmage after taking the signals from the sideline. Ball at the Panther 42-yard line. One receiver on the left, and they put him in motion, and he will take the ball on an end-around play. And tell you what, that was a good tackle by Fort Stockton. We missed the first one, but made him stumble, and it was finished off, I think, by number 21 there, Jaden Sotelo.
Really a great defensive stand there.
And that will be a gain of only a couple. And so Fort Stockton will take over on downs and stops Seminole after a gain from 32, about 42 yards on the drive, but they turn it over on downs. 1st and 10, Fort Stockton at her own 40-yard line. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. Nick Almendaris, the running back. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. And here's Jerry. He completes the pass to Sotelo, and that's about a 9-yard pickup down to the 49-yard line. Good job there by Sotelo to make a great catch. Good pass by Diaz.
Really a nice job of the offense. Got that out quickly. Hit him right in stride, able to turn upfield for good yardage.
2nd down and a yard at the 49-yard line of the Panthers. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Diaz in the shotgun. Will take it and hand it to Nick Almendaris. Nick's got a first down, keeps driving in Seminole territory down to the 44-yard line. That'll be a 7-yard pickup for Nick, and that'll be a Panther first down, brought to you by Cactus Health Center.
Well, a good start to this drive, already in Seminole territory after stopping them on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the Seminole 43-yard line. 2 receivers on each side. And Jerry is calling an audible out there. They changed the signal, changed the play, I believe. Here's Jerry, and it's an overthrown pass. It was intended, I believe, for Cedric Lopez, overthrown and incomplete.
Well, it went through, and nearly Jaden Sotelo was able to catch it off the ricochet. So I'm not sure if that was who that was for. Anyway, incomplete pass.
2nd down and 10 for the Panthers. 2 receivers on each side. Diaz in the shotgun with Almendaris by his side. He'll hand it to Almendaris. And here it goes, Almendaris down to the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, and touchdown. And that is a great run by Nick Almendaris right up the middle. I don't even know if he was touched.
It was really a nice hole. Really, our line on that drive blocked extremely well. We had 2 good runs in that drive. Of course, that one there for a touchdown. Unbelievable, and we take the lead.
All right, 8:12 to go, first quarter. 45-yard touchdown by Almendaris. And here's Diego Ramos with the kick. It is good. Panthers lead it 7-0. That's your BBT score. We'll be back in just a moment.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, finances, insurance? Then let State Farm Automobile Insurance Company help you simplify and get to a better state. Because I, Kessie Ledesma, your local State Farm agent, can handle your auto, home, and life insurance, so you'll have more time for everything else. Call me today at 432-336-8575 and get to a better state with State Farm.
The Steakhouse Restaurant announces the addition of a very affordable express lunch, served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2, priced at only $7.99. It's fast and affordable with perfect portions. The lunch choices include 2 cheese enchiladas with rice and beans, 2 beef tacos with rice and beans, 2 chicken flautas with rice and beans, half a quesadilla, beef or chicken with rice and beans, a chicken breast with long green chili, rice and cucumber salad, or a half chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and cucumber salad. Come by, sample the express lunch at the Steakhouse, 1100 West Dickinson. The First National Bank of Fort Stockton offers rocks.
All right, Darren, we Got the kick there by Diego Ramos, a great kick into the right side of the end zone, and it gives Seminole a touchback. So that's against the wind.
I know, that was a booming kick. The guy looked up, and then he jumped, and I said the ball sailed over his head and went into the end zone.
All right, good job, Panthers, so far. We've got a 7-0 lead over the Seminole Indians on a 45-yard touchdown run by Nick Almendares. All right, here is Seminole in the shotgun. They'll hand it off right up the middle, and the Panthers play it well for a nice gain, though, of about 6 yards, I would say.
I think 5 yards from the 25 out to the 30. They should have started at the 25.
Well, they gave him a spot to the 30. It's 2nd and about 4 for the Indians. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. They put McCormick in motion. Now it's a pass completed out there in the left flat to the Indians, and it is first down for Seminole.
They're going hurry up. They're at the 47. Another quick pass.
It's about a 20-yard pass completion right there. Was trying to get that straight. And there's another pass completed to Seminole, and that is to Jason Robledo. That's going to be for a gain of 8 yards. And, man, they've already put up quite a few yards in the passing game. 2nd down and 2, ball at the Panther 45. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. They complete the pass into the left flat. And, boy, they are moving quickly now. They're down to the 31-yard line of Fort Stockton. That's going to be a 14-yard pickup for another Seminole first down.
Well, at some point we're going to have to step up and see if we can take away that short passing game.
All right, again, we've got 2 receivers on each side with a running back in the backfield. Here's the quarterback back to throw, Higgins, and he launches one downfield, and that was a slant pattern in the middle of the field, and he led the receiver just a bit too much, Logan McCormick, and it's incomplete.
Really, and it looked like their receiver in the slot took off a half a step early, but I don't see a call.
2nd down and 10 for the Indians. Ball at the Panther 31-yard line. Panthers leading 7-0, and that's your BBT score. Here's the snap for Seminole. They complete another pass into the left flat, and they did not run him out of bounds. Finally, the Panthers did run Caton Kramer out of bounds, but it is a first down.
They're going to be 1st and goal right at the 10-yard line.
It's a 15-yard pickup, 1st and goal for the Indians. And the ball is at the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. They're heading from south to north. Higgins in the shotgun for Seminole. Higgins drops back to pass. And in the middle of the field, they complete a pass. And I believe it is to number 1, Logan McCormick. And he's got 9 yards on the play, and it's going to be a 2nd and goal for Seminole at the Panther 1-yard line. Fort Stockton is now leading the game 7-0, but Seminole is now knocking on the door. Quarterback in the shotgun, and actually that is number 0, I believe Caton Kramer, who scores the touchdown, and he was at the quarterback position that time, and a 1-yard touchdown run by Kramer.
Very quick drive. They went very quickly on all the formation with the running back at quarterback, and he just got into the end zone and goal from the 1.
All right, it's now 7-6. Panthers leading, but Seminole trying the extra point here. Here's the snap. Good snap and hold, and the kick is good. Our game is tied 7-7. That's your BBT score. We'll be back in just a moment.
Solid banking services with a friendly staff and offers extended lobby hours. They're a full-service bank, and it's locally owned and operated, and they appreciate your business. First National Bank of Fort Stockton also operates Brave National Bank in Ira. The First National Bank is proud to support the Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams in all their competition and say, go Panthers and Prowlers. The friendly First National Bank of Fort Stockton, 1000 West Dickinson, member FDIC. Sawyer Insurance Agency has 4 locations in West Texas to serve you, including 706 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton and 1502 South Stockton Avenue in Monahans, with offices in Midland and Lubbock. They offer the most complete line of commercial and personal insurance, from workers' comp, general liability, business and personal auto, commercial property, equipment, oil and gas, farm and ranch, and home insurance. Contact Clyde, Nathan, or Travis Sawyer today by calling 336-7543 or 943-9600.
All right, we're back, and the Panthers caught a bit flat-footed right there, as I believe we had come across the goal line with that return, Jaden Sotelo. So consequently, he had to bring it out, and he only got to the 10-yard line.
I think he was unsure if he was over the goal line or not, and probably should have just let that one sail on in.
Yeah. So this is going to put us in pretty rough field position to start our second drive at the 10-yard line. Well, the game is now tied. Both teams have scored on their first possession. Panthers scored on a 45-yard touchdown run by Almendatis and a 1-yard touchdown run by Seminole's Kramer, and the game is tied. 7-7. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun, 2 receivers on each side. And here's the fake handoff and almost an intercepted ball there. It was, I tell you what, close to being intercepted and close to being completed at the same time. Nicky Sotelo was double covered on that play, and number 2 for Seminole, Austin Olivas, came close to an interception, and he's 6'3", folks. So,
well, he had about 2 steps on him. If that ball had a little more air under it, it would have been a big gain.
And so here are the Panthers now with 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's the handoff to Almendatis, and he will get only 2 yards to the 12-yard line. And it's going to set up a 3rd and long now for the Panthers. And that sun finally going down on that other side behind the press box over there. So that'll be nice for the rest of the game.
It's a very important play. We need a first down just to get some field position.
3rd down and 8 now for the Panthers. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. And here's Jerry in the shotgun, and he will throw it to Nicky Sotelo, and Sotelo has it out to the 25-yard line. That's a first down for the Panthers.
Really a nice pass and catch by Jerry. Jerry's on the money with his pass.
Diaz, that's Nicky Sotelo. First down Panthers, ball at the 24. And there's a flag coming in. We may have Stockton here, but that was complete to Angel Lujan. We may have a hold called on a receiver.
Man, he was flying.
Penalty on the Panthers tonight. There's been 1 on each team now, 2 holding calls. And now Fort Stockton will have to go all the way back to the 14-yard line.
Ouch. Well, we've been able to throw the ball fairly well. That was a big play, but brought back.
Let's see, what is it, 2nd down or first?
Should be first down.
All right, first down. I can't read the marker, but here's Jerry, and man, he's looking downfield and trying to get to his receiver who is coming back across. Number 6, Cedric Lopez, the intended receiver, can't make the catch. It's thrown a little too far outside.
Well,
but again, danger of an interception there too.
Yeah, Jerry had a lot of time to throw it, but there was good coverage.
2nd down and 20. 2 receivers on each side. And here's Diaz. He will hand it off to Nick Almendatis. He breaks tackles, and Nick has got a good gain out across the 20 to around the 24-yard line. And that'll make it still 3rd and long after that holding call hurt us.
Really did. But, Panther offense has moved the ball pretty well. That penalties and turnovers.
Yep.
Hurt you.
3rd down and 11 now. This is a big play for the Panthers. We started deep in our territory at the 10-yard line on this drive. 2 receivers on each side. Diaz in the shotgun, back to throw. Good protection, but finally one guy breaks loose, and now here's Jerry. He's going to take off, and Jerry is going to try to barrel through there for the first down, and it's going to be close.
It's going to be a yard short.
About a yard short.
And I think in this game I'd go for it. I know we're on our end of the field, but, we've been able to move them out, and it's going to be 4th and 1.
All right, a 10-yard gain.
And we've got our offense out there.
4th down and a yard for the Panthers. Still in the first quarter.
Big play right here. 4th and 1 from the 33.
All right, there's a high snap.
Oh, man.
No, Almendares is going to be caught for a loss. I think, Jerry probably should have kept that time, but man, Seminole had good penetration. We lost yardage on that play instead of gained, and we fail on 4th and 1.
Well, that's, really, I think the play was messed up. They were coming in. What we needed a clean play, just get up quickly. Well, I think I would have got up maybe quarterback sneak and just pushed ahead.
Yeah,
but,
and it also disrupting the timing was a high snap
yes,
on that play.
Yeah, it was.
1st down and 10, ball at the 30-yard line of the Panthers. We turn it over on downs to Seminole deep in our territory. Here are the Indians handing it off and barreling through the middle for a big gain to the 12-yard line. For an 18-yard gain is number 0, I believe, Caden Kramer. He's one of their big workhorses. Kramer had a big gain there.
Number 15 is leaving early. And
here's the pitch out to Seminole, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Indians. Number 15 there, Landon Guerra. And it's a little pitch forward on a passing play for about 12 yards.
I think they need to watch him. I've seen him. He's about a half a step taking off early. I've seen him from the slot. Then I saw him as he was blocking the play before. He's moving forward before the snap of the ball.
All right, a 12-yard pass there for a touchdown. And here's the PAT for the Indians. They're in the lead in this game now. And here's the kick. And it is up, and it's good. Seminole leading 14-7 over the Panthers. And we'll be back with more Panther football. That's your BBT score back after this timeout.
Hernandez Sanitation in Fort Stockton proudly serves a large portion of West Texas with sanitation services, including the oil field for portable toilets, holding tanks, septic tank service, grease trap service, or large roll-off trash containers. Contact Hernandez Sanitation today by calling owner and operator Joe Angel Hernandez at 432-336-3803. Hernandez Sanitation, a proud member of the Fort Stockton community, always supporting all the athletic and extracurricular activities in Fort Stockton schools. United Country Real Estate is your top real estate agency in the Trans-Pecos. Serving Pecos, Reeves, Ward, Terrell, Brewster, and Presidio counties, you'll find fabulous listings for West Texas homes, ranches, commercial property, and hunting land. Serving all surrounding area towns and communities. Visit their website today at ucre-wtx.com to view their listings. Also ask them about property management. Located at 1032 North Highway 285 in Fort Stockton, also with an office in Pecos. Call United Country today at 432-336-1111.
Your dreams are what power our community.
Jaden Sotelo taking the return back at the 10-yard line, returning it up to the 25. 15-yard return there for the Panthers. And Darren, really outstanding play tonight and a scoring play. Brought to you by M&J Fast Lube on the outstanding play. M&J Trucking with the scoring play by Nick Almendares, a 45-yard run for a touchdown.
Well, last drive, we had a penalty, and we started in the hole. We started back around the 10, so much better field position. We're starting at the 26, and we need a score.
All right, the Panthers with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff to Almendares, and he will be bottled up at around the 29-yard line, about a 4-yard pickup there by Nick. Nick's a tough runner.
Well, he is. Good run for 1st down.
2nd down and about 7, maybe 6. And we're still in the first quarter, 3:15 to go. 3 touchdowns already scored. 14-7, the Seminole Indians leading. That is your BBT score. 2nd down and about 7 for the Panthers. 2 receivers on each side. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. He's looking for a receiver and a very close coverage there on our receiver number 22.
23?
23, Nicky Sotelo. No, it was Nicky. And it's incomplete. And he was really tightly covered that time by the Indians.
Yeah, they had 2 people right there and tried to force one in, and he almost made a play on the ball.
3rd down and 7 now for the Panthers with 2 receivers on each side.
Well, it's a big 3rd down. Let's see if we can pick it up.
All right, here's Jerry in the shotgun. Fake handoff. Now a pass down the field, and it's almost intercepted by number 3, Jaden Corrales. But, that was a good pass. Nothing wrong with it. Just good defense by the Indians as we were well covered. It was Cedric Lopez on that route that time.
Again, he had got a couple of steps. If we had a little more air under it to get it over, they've got some tall defenders, and they just were able to bat it away.
Well, it's 4th and 7. We're going to punt it this time. And I believe it'll be Diego Ramos punting the ball for us. He's also our kicker. And Diego, I believe they might have gotten a hand on that. I think they did. And that is out of bounds at the 48-yard line, and we don't get much on that punt.
No, we didn't.
About a 23-yard punt.
A lot of pressure, I'm not sure. I think they did.
I think they
probably tipped that.
Yeah, I think they got their hands on it and tipped it, and it certainly took some distance off of that punt.
Well, we need to force a turnover. I think at some point we're going to bring a guy up and try to stop this short passing game. They've mainly been throwing it side to side along the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. First down and 10, ball at the 48-yard line. Seminole gets great field position again after that punt was partially blocked. 2 receivers on each side. Here's the fake handoff, and now a pass completed to number 1 there, Logan McCormick. And McCormick has a completion down to the Panther 43-yard line, I believe. It's a completion of about 9 yards. 2nd and 1 for the Indians, ball at the Panther 43. 3 receivers stacked over on the left, 1 receiver on the right, and they take the running back and put him in motion out to the left side as well, far out on the left. And the quarterback throws it, completes the pass, and that is good to Jason Robledo. That'll be a pickup of 6 and a first down for the Indians. And, Darren, they just keep pounding us with that short passing game.
Yeah, they have. Again, we're going to have to probably adjust and we nearly batted that. We had a guy coming in, almost tipped it.
First down and 10, ball at the Panther 36. Here's a handoff, and the Panthers play that one well. Seminole will all get 2 or 3 out of that. We'll say a 3-yard gain, making it 2nd and 7. Ball at the Panther 33. 2 receivers on each side. Higgins in the shotgun for the Indians, takes the snap, rushed, and he gets rid of the ball very quickly, and they evade the tackle. That was a good run by the receiver, by Jordan Garcia, and he has got a first down for the Indians.
Yeah, initially we had it well defended, but
I'm sorry, it's a little short.
Little short. It was well defended, but he was able to pull away and get to the outside.
3rd down and 1 now for Seminole. Looked like they might have been in motion there with a false start, but they complete the pass down to the 20, well, make that the 16-yard line. That'll be about a 11-yard pickup for another Seminole first down. And that's going to be, is that Logan McCormick again?
I believe that was.
1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball at the 15 of the Panthers. They put a man in motion. They pitch it forward to the receiver coming across the formation. A good tackle there by Fort Stockton. Number 2 on the tackle, Jordan Olvera, with a nice tackle at the 11-yard line.
Really a nice job of forcing him back upfield and then making a strong tackle.
2nd down and 6 now for the Indians. They move fast. It is 2 receivers on each side. They put 1 in motion from right to left.
15 took off.
Quarterback pump fakes, and now the quarterback will take off, and he will score the touchdown himself. Higgins with an 11-yard touchdown run still here in the first quarter.
I'm sorry, 15 took off early again on that play. But a nice quarterback scramble, and really everyone was covered that time. We jumped all the short routes. He pulled it down, took off to the right, and was able to weave his way into the end zone.
All right, the extra point coming for the Seminole Indians. And it is up, and it is good. Seminole leads it 21-7, just like that. With 1:14 to go here in the first quarter, that is your BBT score. We'll be back in just a moment.
Your dreams are what power our community. When it comes to buying a home, starting a business, or tools to help with everyday money management, Citibank is a proud community leader for your financial needs. From personal checking and lending solutions to mobile banking and a suite of business services, our goal is to help you achieve yours. Citibank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hey, Fort Stockton. Hungry for a deal that satisfies every craving? K-Bob Steakhouse has you covered with a 2 for $20 meal deal. That's right, choose a starter like crispy potato skins, cheesy quesadilla or zesty fried pickles, and pair it with an entree. The juicy 6-ounce sirloin, crispy catfish platter, or maybe the hearty chicken fried steak. The choice is yours. Your entree also comes with your choice of sides, baked potato fries, or green beans, all for $20. So grab your friends, family, or come solo and treat yourself at K-Bob Steakhouse in Fort Stockton. Come by today.
All right, we're back, and here's the kick going into the end zone this time, and it'll be a touchback for the Panthers. And this time we wisely let it go on into the end zone. We were caught last time, going over the goal line with our feet, and then had to run it out and got pinned back for a deep in our own territory at the 10.
Yeah.
So this time we've got it at the 25 with a touchback. Panthers are trailing now 21-7 to the Seminole Indians. We had the lead after our first drive, 7-0, but Seminoles come back with 3 unanswered touchdowns, and really 2 of them with gifts of good field position by the Panthers. All right, the Panthers have 2 receivers on each side. Jerry Diaz in the quarterback spot, and he will throw it deep downfield to Jaden Sotelo. It is intercepted by the Indians. Number 3, Jaden Corrales. We're trying to make something happen, Darren, throwing it deep downfield, taking a shot, and that time it was really up for grabs.
Well, that was perfect coverage. The defender was inside out. It was going to be very difficult to complete. Just no margin for error, and the guy reached up and picked it off. Good job by our receiver to make the tackle immediately and not allow any kind of return. But, now our defense is right back out on the field.
Yes, they are, and they've been having to run all over the place covering this receiving core of the Seminole Indians.
I want you to watch 15. I'm going to tell you.
All right, here we go with quarterback Higgins in the shotgun. 2 receivers on each side. Quarterback back to throw. And he's got a completed pass. I mean, they catch everything. And it's down to the 45-yard line. That'll be about a 9-yard pickup for the Indians. They throw the ball a lot.
They're moving it back. They've got a.
Okay.
I think they finally got them for maybe a motion.
Well, let's see if it's motion or it's a hold.
We'll see how many yards they mark off.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a holding.
It's a holding call against Seminole. That's the second 10-yard penalty they've gotten on holding. First down and 20 now for the Indians. 2 receivers on each side. They've got Higgins in the shotgun. They put a receiver in motion. And here's the quarterback. He's got lots of time, and they throw the pass complete. A low pass, but caught by number 11 there for the Indians, Aiden Campbell.
We got a guy down on the field. Looks like he's cramping.
That'll be a gain of about 6 or 7 for the Indians, but it'll still be second and long.
How much time is left in this quarter?
34 seconds.
34. It's been a long quarter, it seems like.
We'll take a break. We've got an injury on the field. We'll be back in a moment.
If you or your spouse have been thinking about pre-planning your funerals, Heritage Funeral Home of the Big Bend has some very important news. Now is the best time to plan for your eternity and take the financial burden off your loved ones. If you already have a plan, let them review it with you. At Heritage Funeral Home of the Big Bend, they'll work with you so that your final requests are personalized just for you. Call or come by today at 301 North Main or message them on Facebook. Need a quick, efficient oil change? M&J Fast Lube at 116 West Dickinson is here to serve you. Martine and Julia Ibarra invite you to stop by. They have great service, and they offer auto oil and lube services with the top major oil brands and vehicle washing and cleaning. Or you can get your vehicle completely detailed. It'll look like you just bought it. That's M&J Fastly, 116 West Dickinson, supporting Panther and Prowler sports. Go Blue.
As we come back, Seminole has a completed pass in the middle for about an 11-yard gain. So now it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Indians at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, their whole coaching
and that is going to be
staff
the end of the first quarter right there. It is 21-7 Seminole on top. That's your BBT score. We'll be back in a moment.
M&J Trucking Services supports our Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams and wants you to know that there's a locally owned and operated oilfield trucking company that can handle your vacuum truck and water hauling in the surrounding area. It's M&J Trucking in Fort Stockton, offering 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week vacuum truck and water hauling service. Contact M&J Trucking today at 290-4510. M&J Trucking, owned and operated by Martin Ibarra, proudly supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. Julie's Easy Press Cleaners is ready to serve you with all your laundry cleaning needs. From drop-off to pickup, you'll enjoy not having to do the washing, drying, or pressing. It's done for you. Whether it's a party, office meeting, or lunch with friends, show up dressed for success, because at Julie's Easy Press, they know that when you look good, you feel good. Julie's Easy Press, 1101 Front Street. Call 336-6601.
Well, on 3rd and 1, the Seminole Indians do run a play right there with the ground game. Gain about 3 yards on the play. They pick up the first down. So it is now 1st and 10 for Seminole at their own 48-yard line as we begin the second quarter with Seminole leading 21-7 over the Panthers. And the Indians put a receiver in motion across the formation, and they pass the ball. That was an extra blocker there, but the Panthers beat the blocking. Really nice tackle by Fort Stockton's number 5, Anthony Cortez, and stop him for a relatively short gain of only a yard on that passing play.
We've got some guys jumping into the passing lane, so we may be able to tip one.
2nd and 9 now for the Indians. We've got closer coverage on some of these receivers at this moment, not giving them as big of a cushion. And here's now Seminole, pump fake, and now a screen pass in the middle, and it's immediately a tackle by the Panthers. Good job there by the Panthers, and there's a flag on the play. And number 8 for the Panthers, Alan Leyva, makes a good tackle in the middle.
Really was. They tried to fake a screen to one side and then threw it up the middle, but Fort Stockton was right there. They're going to wave off the penalty.
Yeah, they're waving off the penalty.
I think maybe they're looking at a lineman downfield, but the pass, I believe, was behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's a -1 on the passing play. 3rd down and 10 for the Indians. This has been a couple of good defensive plays here by the Panthers.
Well, we're starting to jump the short passes, so we'll see what they come up with here.
Right. 2 receivers on each side for the Indians. On 3rd and 10. And now the quarterback's going to keep it. That was a perfect call, a design quarterback run. He's all the way down to the 37-yard line. That's a 15-yard pickup for the Indians and a first down. Boy, I tell you, they haven't done that much, but they've done it twice. One of them was a long play, but that one was a perfect call for the situation.
Really was. They fooled our defense.
1st down and 10, ball at the 37. Here's a quarterback to throw, and now he throws it into the right flat. And an immediate tackle there by the Panthers. Good job by number 4 for the Panthers. That's Fabian Ramirez. And that's going to be a loss of 1 or 2 on that passing play.
Really a nice job. Forced him to go to his outlet. Kramer was in the outlet waiting in case. There was a little bit of pressure on the quarterback that time.
So it's 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. 2 receivers stacked on each side. They put one of them in motion from right to left. And they've got a timeout, I believe, or no. They're just reforming, and they're calling an audible. Now they've got 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's a quarterback to throw. And the quarterback completes the pass to about the 33-yard line, and it'll be a gain of 4 or 5, maybe 4 yards on the play with the completion. So it is 3rd. There's an injury on the field, and we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more Panther football in just a moment.
At Weiss Tire Pros, they've been servicing vehicles reliably for generations. They're family owned and operated for over 35 years, and they're here to make certain your cars and trucks keep their promise to you. They're more than just tires, offering full automotive services, so they keep you focused on the road ahead. They carry all major tire brands. For whatever you drive, Weiss Tire Pros has a tire to fit your needs. With Weiss Tire Pros, they're here to help keep you safe on the road. Visit the store today in Fort Stockton. Weiss Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Buck's Lube Center is located at 310 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. They feature quick oil changes, multi-point vehicle checks, inspection stickers, and fuel filters for all vehicles, specializing in mobile oil but with Motorcraft also in stock. Buck's Lube Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Remember, for reasonable prices and great service, it's Buck's Lube Center, 310 West Dickinson, Fort Stockton. They hope to serve you on every oil change.
All right, we're back. Shotgun formation for Higgins, the quarterback. Low snap. He has to pick it up. I don't know if this is designed or not, but he took a hard hit at the 26-yard line. That's good enough for a first down, though. That's about 8 yards picked up by Higgins. And, the low snap, I'm not sure if he was going to run it on that play or not, Darren. We've got another Panther down on the field right now, and so we'll take a timeout. We'll be right back.
Designer Carpets and Interiors has become known in Fort Stockton as the remodeling experts. They will be glad to put together a free estimate on just about any remodeling project, always keeping in mind your budget. They also can help with ideas and designs for your project to upgrade your home and add to its value. They also have all types of the latest and most modern flooring, including carpet, tile, hardwood, laminates, custom cabinetry, countertops, and much more. Call Designer Carpets and Interiors today at 336-6591. Permian Basin Abstract Company is located at 600 West Dickinson and is available to handle all your real estate closings. They have a full-service title company and are experts at handling all the tricky parts of title work. Great customer service is their #1 goal with local manager Penny McKnight. Permian Basin Abstract has locations in Andrews, Seminole, Pecos, and the local office in Fort Stockton to serve all area West Texas counties and have all records available. Call 432-336-3301 or go by Permian Basin Abstract, corner of Monahans Highway and Dickinson Boulevard. Have you tried the delicious Jalisco-style Mexican food at the Guadalajara Mexican Grill recently? Their food and service is fast and top-notch. Plus, they're now offering some additions to their huge menu, including the carnitas plate and the fantastic molcajete with beef, chicken, and shrimp. They also now have delicious chicken wings spiced with mango, habanero, buffalo, or barbecue. Top it off with your favorite adult beverages and drinks and desserts. They also have daily specials, and you can dine in or call in orders at 336-6600. The Guadalajara Mexican Grill, 200 East 19th on the Imperial Highway.
All right, Darren, we're back. We've got, I believe, Angel Mendoza, is that right, walking off under his own power. He looks okay. Certainly hope he's okay. Seminole now has a first down and 10, I believe.
I believe you are correct.
Yep. And they've got shotgun formation. They've got two running backs behind the quarterback, two receivers on the right, one on the left. And they put a running back in motion. That's Kramer. And here is a flag, a flag in the backfield here. So let's see about this one.
I think number 19 tipped that away. A nice job on pass defense.
It's holding against the Indians. Be the third holding call tonight against Seminole. That'll back them up 10 yards. That'll back him up to about the 34-yard line, 35. And they do pass the ball a lot. They pass the ball, I'd say 2-1 at least.
Oh, 3-1, easy, yes.
Well,
maybe the quarterback scramble. Sometimes he goes back to pass, and he does run.
Three receivers on the left, two on the right. Quarterback all alone in the backfield. And the snap bounces. And then the quarterback picks it up and makes something happen with this play, a completed pass. And I believe, again, that was Caton Kramer. And they're using Kramer quite a bit in this game. He's down to the 18-yard line, I believe, and it's still short of the first down by about 3 yards. It's a 17-yard gain. Here's the quarterback handing it off. And then the Panthers up in the running back, Caton Kramer, I should say.
He's down to about the 15, and I think that's enough. Going to be enough for a first down. Just made it. Got a score that Monahan's leading Snyder 14-7.
Snyder was leading before that, correct? 7-0.
Yes.
Yeah. So Monahan's has taken the lead now, and now it is Seminole at the Fort Stockton, about the 13 or 14 yard line. Here's the pitch out, and Seminole breaks tackles, and then they're brought down about the 8 yard line, and that time it was the running back Landon Guerra, and he got about 4, maybe 5 yards on that carry.
Yeah, freshman running back, and did a nice job of breaking a couple of tackles.
2nd down and 5 at the 9 yard line of the Panthers. Seminole with 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Higgins in the quarterback spot. He will fake the handoff to the man coming across and then hand it off to the running back. And a really good tackle by Fort Stockton.
Number 55.
Yeah, really good job there by Jose Baeza. No, it's Roy Marquez, excuse me.
Yeah, Roy did a good job of wrapping him up. Not a big gain on that play.
Not at all. So it's going to bring up now 3rd and about 5 for the Indians. From just inside the 10. Quarterback rolling out to his right, looking for somebody to throw to. He's going to be sacked back at about the 11 yard line. And a really good job by the Panthers there on defense. They were pursuing him, and they got the tackle from behind.
Well, he did a nice job. He had a blocker out in front, but Fort Stockton had guys in front and in back, and there was really no place to run. So it looks like they may be kicking a field goal.
Loss of 2 on the play, and it brings up 4th down and 7. And they will be kicking a field goal here. This will be a 28-yard attempt. And here's the kick by the Indians. It's nice and high, and it is good. And that is going to be a 28-yard field goal. We'll be back in just a moment with more Panther football.
Tacos OJ in Fort Stockton is famous for its fabulous, authentic Mexican food and is now offering breakfast every day from 8 a.m. until noon. Yes, not only can you find the most delicious Mexican food in town, but you can also now have either a Mexican or American breakfast at Tacos OJ, served from 8 a.m. until noon daily. Tacos OJ, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They offer a full menu of great Mexican and American food. Tacos OJ, now serving breakfast, 1305 North Main. They also have a drive-through window for takeout orders. Call 336-3066. Porky's Ice House in Fort Stockton is the place to get your drinks and snacks in Fort Stockton, with 2 convenient drive-through lanes open 7 days a week for teas, lemonades, and fountain drinks with added flavors upon request and much more. Go by Porky's Ice House, and remember, happy hour is each day from 4 to 6 p.m. with all drinks any size for just $1. They also make popular Clamato, Squirt, Topo Chico, and Jerky Preparados that are delicious, along with nachos. Porky's Ice House, 1401 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton.
All right, a pooch kick by Seminole, and it was Sebastian Nieto, I believe, fielding that ball.
Number 18.
Yeah, that's who it is, and he fielded the ball on the pooch kick at the 36-yard line, 35. So that's where we will set it up, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Best field position we've had in about three drives here.
Well, we need a touchdown. We need to, our defense needs some rest, so we need a long drive for a touchdown.
Yep, it is 24-10 now, Seminole, as they just kicked a 28-yard field goal a few moments ago. And that was by their kicker, Gabriel Alanis. Here's the running play by the Panthers, and we get it up to about the 38 or 39-yard line.
Now, I think that running play is better. When we have the quarterback zone read, I think it's too slow for us. I like the direct handoff, the quick handoff with Nick up the middle. We seem to get a good push and make positive yardage.
4 yards picked up by Almendares there at 2nd and 6. The ball at the 39-yard line. And now here's the quick pass out into the flat, caught by Jaden Sotelo. And he is clotheslined after about a 5-yard gain on the pass completion. They kind of
He didn't get a very good spot.
They kind of got their arm around his neck and slung him down. It's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, this is where I'd like to see the quick handoff, just right up the middle and everyone push.
All right, 3 receivers on the right, 2 on the left, and here's the handoff to Almendares. Right up the middle, he's got a first down.
I think if we'd have done that on the 4th and 1 play, we'd have had the first down and still be driving.
All right, first down after a 4-yard pickup. That is brought to you by Cactus Health Services.
We need a drive, Ripley.
We do. And I hope we get it right here. We're down 24-7 right now to the Indians with 5:56 left to go in the first half. Here's a snap and a fake handoff, and Jerry will keep it. He's to the 45 to the 44 of Seminole. Nice pickup.
Really a great fake. Seminole jumped.
There's a flag in the backfield.
Wow.
Holding against Fort Stockton.
Wow. Well, that's another.
That's 5 holding calls we've seen in this game. 3 by Seminole and now 2 by Fort Stockton. Well, this is a big defensive line for Seminole also that we're facing, but we've got a good-sized offensive line.
Yeah, they're not particularly fast. They're not really racing past us, but they are big.
First down and 20 now for the Panthers after the holding call. There's another flag coming in. It can't be for delay of game.
No. Maybe Seminole has 12 players on the field. Let's see.
Count them.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Take your shoes
6,
off.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, I only see 11. Let's see what they're doing.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. There's a flag, and I don't know if we're getting a flag on our bench, perhaps. I'm not sure. It's
sideline
a sideline warning.
Oh, come on.
Fort Stockton. A sideline warning, and that's the first warning, so no penalty yardage will be marked off. It's just a sideline warning. It's 1st and 20. 24-7. The Indians are leading. That's your BBT score. All right, here's the snap. And it was pretty obvious what that play was going to be, Darren, and that was essentially no gain on the play.
Yeah, I like it. I like the faster play. That's the slower play version of the same play, and it doesn't work as well.
Right.
To me.
2nd and 20 now for the Panthers after no gain on the play. Ball at the 37-yard line. And, of course, this holding penalty a couple of plays ago really put us in a hole here.
Oh, yeah, we were all the way to the Seminole 44.
Yeah. 2nd and 20 now. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Here's a pass out into the flat, and it's incomplete, intended for Cedric Lopez.
Yeah, I think he kind of slowed down on that. I think if it had continued outward, he would have been able to get his hands on that, but instead it just glanced off his fingertips, incomplete.
3rd down and 20 now for the Panthers with 4:40 remaining in the first half. Seminole leading the Panthers 24-7. We've not been able to find an answer to their short passing game yet. We did a little bit better on it the last drive. Here's the shotgun, and Jerry takes the snap. Pass down the middle, complete. And it's a nice gain for Fort Stockton. We're going to try to get the first down. They're going to mark us out at the 44-yard line. And so a big gain on the play.
Oh, wait, that guy.
19 yards.
Oh, the guy had it marked wrong. He thought he was signaling first down.
Yeah.
But it's going to be 4th and short.
Yeah, 4th and 1. We need to go for it here, and we're going to, I'm sure.
We need this first down, and that was a great play. Really, who was that? He did a nice job of breaking a tackle or two and getting downfield. Was that 28?
I think it was Mason May, and he is a freshman.
That's really a great play. We need a quick play up the middle, not anything slow.
Yep, 4th down and 1. We're going to call a timeout here. With 4.5 minutes to go in the first half, we trail 24-7 to Seminole. That's your BBT score. We'll be back after this timeout.
The Water Factory, located at 1005 North Butts in Fort Stockton, is your answer to premium drinking water and ice. For all your home or office cooler needs in Fort Stockton, it's the Water Factory. They have bottle and bulk delivery of purified water, and they even offer custom labeling for small bottles. They've been your water conditioning professionals since 1985. Call the Water Factory today, 336-6434, or go by 1005 North Butts. That's the Water Factory, Fort Stockton. If you're needing personal attention to your medical needs, visit Salceda Urgent Care and Family Medicine in Fort Stockton at 703 North Main. They can help with life's little urgencies that cannot wait for an appointment. They provide urgent care, hormone optimization for men and women, vitamin supplements, family medicine, chronic care for all ages, including cholesterol treatment, blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid optimization, and treat many other conditions. Call for appointments 360-3029. Walk-ins are welcome at 703 North Main.
All right, here's Jerry Diaz coming up, very surprisingly, up under center at a quarterback
look,
sneak.
They're moving it way back. They're moving.
There's a penalty on the play.
Oh, come on.
There's a penalty on the play of 5 yards, and that'll change the whole complexion of this fourth down play.
Wow.
It was 4th and 1. Jerry was trying a quarterback sneak coming up under center at the last moment, and he ran it. I'm not sure that he would have had it, but at this point, now we've got a 4th and 6 for the Panthers on a 5-yard penalty marked off. And now here's the handoff, and that goes to a different – no, it is Nick Almendares. He's going to be short. Yeah, he has got about 4 yards.
Wow.
And it's going to bring up a change of possession.
Really another costly penalty. Really hurt us on this drive because we were at this same spot 5 plays ago.
Well, we've gone for it on 4th down a few times tonight, and so far we have not converted. It's now 1st and 10, ball at the 44-yard line. We are trailing 24-7 right now in this ball game with still 4:24 left in the first half. All right, the Indians in the backfield with Higgins at quarterback. Low snap. And he passes complete. And a hurdle by that receiver down to the 35-yard line. That's going to be a 21-yard gain. First down.
That was a big jump.
That was a big hurdle. Yes, it was. 1st and 10, ball at the 35 of Fort Stockton. Here's the Seminole handoff, and that will go virtually nowhere. That went to Caden Kramer. He's going to be stopped for no gain.
You know, I think that'll be Seminole's Achilles against better teams is the lack of running game at some point.
1st and 10. Here's the low snap and a completed pass to Kramer out in the left flat down to about the 31-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 4 yards. So it is now 3rd down and about 6 for the Indians. They come up very quickly. And here's Higgins in the shotgun once again. Low snap. And now he'll pass it into the middle. It's complete. We miss a tackle. We miss another tackle at the 15. And they're still in bounds to the 10 and to the 5. And they're brought down at the 1-yard line. 30-yard gain on that pass and a lot of yards after the catch.
Really was. I tell you, we just never wrapped up. And he would spin out of tackles. I thought he was going out of bounds.
And here they are up again for a 1st and goal at the 1. It's a touchdown by Caden Kramer. All right, so we've got another second quarter touchdown by the Seminole Indians. Well, actually, that's the first touchdown of the second period. A 1-yard run by Kramer.
Got another injured Panther down.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment with more Panther football.
Are you sick and tired of inflation driving up the price on virtually everything? At CTG Express Oil Change, we have mastered the art of inflation-proof, lightning-fast oil changes. We tell inflation to take a hike with our happy hour discounts every weekday, 11 to 1 p.m., and our service appreciation discounts for local teachers, military, first responders, and correctional officers. We're fast, too, saving you time and money. And remember, at CTG Express, we are the best for the most dependable place to get your state inspection. Come save with us at CTG Express in Fort Stockton.
Well, Alan Leyva goes off with a little assistance, but looks like he's okay. I sure hope he is. He's another one of our good players and we don't need to get beaten up in this game.
No.
From a physical standpoint. Right now, though, we're getting beat up on the scoreboard a little bit. It's 30-7 now, Seminole, with the extra point to come, and that was a fast drive.
Well, it was, and I tell you, that's a disappointing. That 4th and 1 that got penalized really hurt.
All right, here's the kick by the Indians. A little bit of a problem on the hold, but they got it through, and it's 31-7, Seminole in the lead. We'll be back in a moment.
Contessa Ready Mix is now open and ready to serve all your concrete needs. They also offer general construction, precast, material hauling, and sand and gravel. They're located at 2270 Gonzales Loop. For more information, call 432-290-4947. Contessa Ready Mix, owned and operated by Colby Terraces, serving Fort Stockton and the surrounding area.
Are your insurance rates too high? At Fort Stockton Insurance, you're not stuck. We can shop within our own carriers to find the best deals. Do you know that we do more than property and auto? We do life, commercial, farm, and specialty insurance. Do you want to run on the field with the Baylor Bears? Have an Aerolite plane or a vintage vehicle? We insure all of that. Need a bond or commercial insurance? We can help you there too. This is Pam at Fort Stockton Insurance. We're located at 901 West Dickinson, or give us a call at 336-8565.
All right, here's Fort Stockton. We get Nicky Sotelo to return the ball here from the 15-yard line. And, man, they planted him in the turf and, kind of picked him up in the air and just planted him on the turf. But that's a nice return nevertheless for Nicky Sotelo of about 20 yards.
Well, it is. It'd sure be nice to get a drive here. We don't have much time.
We do not. And, boy, that was really a fast drive by Seminole there. They moved the ball down the field so quickly with this hurry-up offense, and they do it probably better than, any team we've seen this year with that hurry-up.
Well, they do, and the referee's already signaled ready to play, so the clock's already at 12, and we're just now walking out on the field.
Yeah. 31-7, Seminole in the lead. That's your BBT score. 2 receivers on each side for the Panthers. We did snap it quickly, and there's Nick Almendares with a running play that may have gained a half a yard. We're going nowhere on that play up the middle. So they've kind of bottled up the running game here lately.
Well, they have. And
it's 2nd and 10 for the Panthers.
Well, we want to work on the clock a little bit. We don't want to play any more defense.
Yeah, that's true. We don't want Seminole to get it back before the half ends. That would sure be nice. 2nd and 10. Here's the quarterback back to throw, and it is caught by Nicky Sotelo. He breaks a tackle, and he is down to the 45, the 46-yard line. And a nice gain of about 15 yards by Nicky Sotelo on the pass from Jerry Diaz. First down. That's an outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Loop, and a first down brought to you by Cactus Health Center.
Really broke 2 or 3 tackles. Good job by Nicky.
First down and 10, ball at the 46-yard line. And now Jerry will hand it off to Almendares. I believe he fumbled it, Darren.
He did.
And, yes, and Seminole has recovered at the 46-yard line. So there's Almendares with about a 4-yard run, then fumbled the ball, and it will go back over to the Seminole Indians. We've got a timeout on the field. We'll be back in a moment.
This is Dr. Gabe Zamora, Superintendent of Fort Stockton ISD. At FSISD, we know that success begins with showing up every day. Be present and be prepared. I want to thank our parents, families, and community for supporting not just our athletes and performers, but every student and the dedicated educators who work tirelessly to help them succeed. Let's continue working together to ensure our students thrive in school and in life. Together, let's make this another great year for Fort Stockton.
Ram Country of Fort Stockton has a full-time service department. For all your vehicle needs, visit Ram Country 2603 West Dickinson. Same-day service available on most vehicles. This includes service on Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler vehicles. They also have a state-of-the-art tire alignment machine. Ram Country has the top service technicians in the area, so no matter the make or model of your vehicle, they can get you back out on the road safely. Call 432-360-1055 to schedule an appointment today.
All right, Darren, we're back. And here's Seminole moving the slot receivers back to the running back spots. And now here's the handoff, and that's going to go nowhere that time for Seminole on the running play.
They moved to number 66 from the line into the backfield. I guess he was lined up as a tight end.
Well, that's a 1-yard gain. It's 2nd down and 9. Seminole uses a lot of different formations, and they shift out and into some different ones quite frequently. And, that receiver was not set.
No, he was moving forward.
He was not set at all, and they did not call a timeout. You're supposed to be set for a second.
You have to be. You cannot cut up field. You can move forward and get on the line, but that's 5 times I've seen them take off early without a call.
All right, now there's a 12-yard gain, 1st down for Seminole at the 31-yard line. Quarterback Higgins back to throw, and he is in the end zone, but the pass is incomplete. There's a flag coming in late on this play, very late.
And it's the far official.
Yes.
The official that was right there on the play, nothing.
Right.
The guy that was all the way across the field threw a flag.
And I believe it was Anthony Cortez on the coverage, and a very, very late call. And that's going to be a 15-yard pass interference call on Fort Stockton. Wow. 1st down for the Indians.
Well,
and that'll be at the 16-yard line.
I'm just disappointed they can't see this illegal motion.
All right, 3 receivers on the left, 2 on the right, quarterback all alone in the shotgun, Higgins. And now here's Higgins running it. He's not going to have much success there. No gain on the play by Higgins. Real nice tackle by the Panther defense.
Number 73 got in there. Really a great play and wrapped him up and got him down.
Ramon Fernandez. Now they have it at about the 15 of the Panthers. Low snap. It rolls a bit. Now the quarterback, Higgins, rolls out. He's got a completed pass down the right side. And he's out of bounds around the 2-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of about 14 yards for the Indians. That will be a 1st and goal for the Indians. They've had 15 first downs in this first half. All right, the Indians come up to the line of scrimmage, 3-yard line. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. The quarterback in the shotgun puts a receiver from left to right in motion, fakes the handoff to him. Now the quarterback will take it and run, and he will be stopped at about the 1-yard line. He may be even inside the 1. And now one official.
He wasn't in the end zone.
I don't think he was either. Now the far side official ruled a touchdown.
That's terrible. His elbow was on the 1-yard line laying down, and he rolled over.
And that's the quarterback getting the touchdown call right there. And now the Seminole kicker will try the extra point. And it is up and good. The Indians are leading over the Panthers here big before halftime. We'll be back in just a moment.
When you need supplies in the oil field, the choice is clear. Choose Triple G Supply and Services in Fort Stockton. They have all the oil field supplies you need, including general oil field supplies, PVC pipe and fittings, hydraulic hoses, generators, safety equipment, household supplies, and much more. They also have roustabout services available. Triple G Supply and Services is right here in Fort Stockton at the west end of Dickinson at 1048 Crockett Avenue. Delivery is available to your location. Call 336-8280 Triple G Supply and Services. Doctors Josh Pass, Brian Cherry, and Hewlin Pass are optometrists serving the West Texas area. Visit West Texas Eye Care at 605 North Main in Fort Stockton or 611 South Oak in Pecos. They offer complete and thorough eye examinations for the whole family, including therapeutic optometry, eyeglasses, contact lenses, laser surgery consultation, and screenings for macular degeneration and diabetes with an in-office lab. Call to make an appointment today in Fort Stockton at 336-3662 or in Pecos 445-3662.
All right, here's the kick and the return, taking it about the 16-yard line. Sotelo up to the 40-yard line.
Well, I think we need to take a shot because, I'd like to get a score here before half. What do we got left in this?
We've got 33 seconds.
And we get the ball to start the second half. Yeah, playing here reminds me I'd like to go home and taste some of my wife's home cooking. I think that would be delicious.
Well, Darren, the extra point was good after the 4-yard touchdown run by the quarterback that time. 38-7 is our score. Seminole on top right before halftime with 33 seconds to go. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. He'll be back to throw, and he's going to launch one deep downfield, and that is intercepted by the Indians at the 29, at the 30-yard line. So a second interception thrown by the Panthers tonight.
Well, the receiver stopped, and I don't know if he thought that the play was over or he wasn't going that way, but he stopped.
Yeah.
And made it really an easy interception. It looked like he was throwing it right to the defender.
Yeah, he did. And so, Darren, we've had 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery against us tonight. So we've had 3 turnovers, none for Seminole.
And lots of penalties.
Yes.
Lots of critical penalties.
Well, we've had 4 that I have. First down and 10 for the Indians at the 30-yard line, 26 seconds to go. Seminole back to throw, and they've got a pass complete at the 39-yard line, about a 9-yard pickup on that one. And they have just got a really potent short passing game.
They do. The quarterback really throws the ball on the money. He does a nice job.
And the receivers do a great job of catching it. It is second down and 2 for the Indians at their own 38-yard line. And the receiver went out of bounds, so it stopped the clock with 21 seconds. Now here's a quarterback to throw, and that is complete to the 50-yard line. And that'll be a pickup, well, at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 11 and a Seminole first down.
They called timeout.
All right, a timeout by the Indians. We'll be back in a moment.
West Texas Cinema is open in Fort Stockton next to the Convention Center at 2181 West Interstate 10, showing the newest movies with a movie premiere once a month. Shows are Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 4 p.m., and Sundays at 7 and 9 p.m., with admission prices just $10 for adults and $8 for children 12 and under. Plus, they have a full range of fresh concessions, discounts for veterans, first responders, and medical staff with ID. West Texas Cinema, local and family owned and operated at 2181 West I-10. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram at West Texas Cinema.
Pepito's Cafe, which is known far and wide for its great food, is now offering something new that you'll love. Fresh, hand-cut steaks, never frozen and cooked to perfection. Yes, Pepito's now offers delicious and juicy ribeye steaks, New York strips, and filet mignons, and they're fabulous. They've added these to their wide variety of Mexican and American food. Pepito's is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. with breakfast served all day long and with a drive-through window. Look for an expansion coming soon, which will add even more services to their great customers. For orders to go, call 432-336-2882.
All right, Darren, we're only rushing 3 on that play, trying to prevent a big play by Seminole, but they got it anyway. They got a first down to the 36-yard line and a gain of about 16.
Not much time left, though.
No, 4 seconds, and they did get out of bounds to stop the clock. All right, so they'll try to score the touchdown on this play if they can from the Panther 36. Here's a pass into the flat, and they get it out very quickly with 1 second left. They step out of bounds. Are they going to try a field goal from this distance? I think they are.
I think they will.
So, yeah.
I think they will.
This will be a 46-yard attempted field goal by their kicker, and that's Gabriel Alanis.
He's not going to make it. I can already tell
he's
you
a 6'4", 230-pound guy, and he's a kicker. 46-yard field goal by the Indians. And this one is not long enough. And so that will be no good with time expiring here in the first half. The Indians lead the Panthers at halftime, 38-7. That's your BBT score, and we'll be back in a moment.
Ready to refresh, renew, and radiate? At RA Radiance Med Spa, we're here to help you look and feel your best. From glowing skin with Hydrofacial and Classic Facials to smoother texture with microneedling and dermaplaning, your skin transformation starts here. Boost your wellness with IV hydration, vitamin injections, and our medical weight loss program featuring semaglutide and tirzepatide. Plus, don't miss our CareVive scalp treatments with trusted Botox care. And great news, we're now open Monday through Friday. Call us today at 432-360-0248 or visit RARadianceMedSpa.com.
Airlawn Furniture is Fort Stockton's newest destination for furniture, appliances, mattresses, electronics, and more. They've been serving Pecos for over 30 years and look forward to doing the same for the lovely people of Fort Stockton. Enjoy free local delivery and installation, monthly specials, lease-to-own options with no credit needed. Visit them in-store at 1206 West Dickinson next to Lowe's or call 432-299-1181 or online at airlawnfurniture.com. Make the quality choice. Panther and Prowler fans, choose Airlawn. Se habla español.
Always a good time at Joe's Place Cantina, located in historic downtown behind the Community Theater at 216 West 1st. Joe's Place offers specialty cocktails, cold beer on tap, tacos, tortas, and more, served in 3 different areas, including a covered patio and backyard bars, while listening and dancing to a wide variety of music or watching the big game. Also karaoke nights on Thursdays. Joe's Place open Wednesdays from 8 to 12 and Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 1, with family time and happy hour only from 6 to 8 p.m. Be sure to look at their Facebook page for upcoming events and information.
Looking for more ways to watch your favorite shows, sports, and movies? With BBT, it's simple. When you sign up for our Work and Play internet plan, you'll get a free Roku device and $10 in monthly streaming credits. Enjoy hundreds of channels, including popular Spanish language favorites like Univision, Undimas, and Telemundo, all with reliable local internet you know and trust. Call 800-592-4781 or order online 24/7 at bigbend.com. BBT, reliable, local, and connected.
Alamo Tire and Auto Repair presents the $5 Club. Get $5 flat repairs, $5 tire rotations, $5 brake pad thickness checks, $5 vehicle unlock services, $5 vehicle jump starts, $5 computer diagnostics, and lots more. For information, call 432-242-7092 or visit them at 2709 West Dickinson. That's Alamo Tire and Auto Repair.
Panther football is brought to you on KFST by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Cassia Ledesma State Farm, the Steakhouse Restaurant, the First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance, Arenada Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place and Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Also by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture and Appliance, and by BBT. Tacos OJ in Fort Stockton is famous for its fabulous authentic Mexican food and is now offering breakfast every day from 8 a.m. until noon. Yes, not only can you find the most delicious Mexican food in town, but you can also now have either a Mexican or American breakfast at Tacos OJ, served from 8 a.m. until noon daily. Tacos OJ, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They offer a full menu of great Mexican and American food. Tacos OJ, now serving breakfast, 1305 North Main. They also have a drive-through window for takeout orders. Call 336-3066.
Your health matters. At Cactus Health Services, we believe quality health care should be accessible to everyone. That's why we offer a sliding fee program, making your visits more affordable based on your income. Whether it's a checkup, managing a condition, or preventative care, we're here for you. Call us today at 432-336-8110 to learn more, or visit us at 700 North Main Street in Fort Stockton, because your health should always come first. Cactus Health Services, caring for our community one patient at a time.
Porky's Ice House in Fort Stockton is the place to get your drinks and snacks in Fort Stockton, with 2 convenient drive-through lanes open 7 days a week for teas, lemonades, and fountain drinks with added flavors upon request and much more. Go by Porky's Ice House, and remember, happy hour is each day from 4 to 6 p.m. with all drinks any size for just $1. They also make popular Clamato, Squirt, Topo Chico, and Jerky Preparados that are delicious, along with nachos. Porky's Ice House, 1401 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. All right, we're back for the Fort Stockton Pride of Pantherland Band, Darren, and they present their 2025 contest show. entitled Breaking Darkness, featuring soloist Valeria Palacios, Sergio Gaitan, Zoe Alvarez, Tobias Stevenson, and Bethany Kincaid and Tori Munoz.
Giselle Solis and Gabby Pena.
And our drum majors are Abril Guadian, Giselle Solis, and Gabby Pena. So here's the Pride of Pantherland Band. We're having to view this from the back of the band tonight, so we won't be able to hear quite as well.
It's kind of like being, the south side of a northbound horse, as they say in Texas Tech.
Yeah, I guess so.
We're on the wrong side, I know that.
They've been working really hard to get ready for contest.
When is that?
It's soon.
You're the band director?
Darren, the marching contest will be on Saturday, October 18th, a week from tomorrow.
Oh, got something else on the 18th.
Pride of Pantherland Band doing its show entitled Breaking Darkness tonight. And they are under the direction of Dr. Ken McSparrett, Scott Kennedy, Dwight Dodd, and David Conger. We ran into the band at the restaurant tonight, didn't we?
We did. Really a hungry group.
All right, great job by the Pride of Pantherland, looking really sharp here tonight. Contest a week from tomorrow at Odessa's Ratliff Stadium. So go out and support the band at UIL Contest. We're playing at Wigwam Stadium in Seminole tonight. Our halftime score, Seminole 38, Fort Stockton 7. Darren, we started with a 7-0 lead over Seminole, but things collapsed from there a little bit.
Well, it did. Turnovers and penalties really caused this score to get away from us.
Well, their offense had a little something to do with it.
They do. They throw the ball very well, but
Pride of Pantherland Band performing to the opposite side of the field tonight. Congratulations to the band, doing really well, and they're going to contest. Hope they make another Division I. I think they did last year. So
they did.
Yeah.
Pantherland Band members of the week are sophomore front ensemble.
All right, the Pantherland band members of the week are sophomore front ensemble Tatiana Aguirre, freshman drumline Anaí Arroyo, freshman color guard Melanie Hernandez, and freshman trumpet player Ethan Mata, sophomore flute Daphne Munoz, and sophomore clarinet Melody Sarabia. And the section of the week is the clarinets. Now again, the Fort Stockton Pride of Pantherland is under the direction of Dr. Ken McSparrett. Also, Scott Kennedy, Dwight Dodd, and David Conger. High school principal Sammy Solis. Superintendent of schools is Dr. Gabriel Zamora. They'd like to thank their dedicated band parents and administration for their support. They competed in the Odessa Pre-UIL marching contest last weekend, advancing to the finals and earning 4th place overall. The band competes in Odessa Saturday, October 18th, 4:45 p.m. at Ratliff Stadium for the UIL Region 6 marching contest. Everyone is invited to attend and cheer on the Pride of Pantherland band.
Go band!
And thanks to Amistad Motors for their contributions and continued support of the Pride of Pantherland band, and to Desert Pines Golf Club, Walmart, and Lowe's Groceries for their contributions. All right, so great job by the Pride of Pantherland. We'll have some stats for you and some scores coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
The Water Factory, located at 1005 North Butts in Fort Stockton, is your answer to premium drinking water and ice. For all your home or office cooler needs in Fort Stockton, it's the Water Factory. They have bottle and bulk delivery of purified water, and they even offer custom labeling for small bottles. They've been your water conditioning professionals since 1985. Call the Water Factory today, 336-6434, or go by 1005 North Butts. That's the Water Factory, Fort Stockton. If you're needing personal attention to your medical needs, visit Salceda Urgent Care and Family Medicine in Fort Stockton at 703 North Main. They can help with life's little urgencies that cannot wait for an appointment. They provide urgent care, hormone optimization for men and women, vitamin supplements, family medicine, chronic care for all ages, including cholesterol treatment, blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid optimization, and treat many other conditions. Call for appointments 360-3029. Walk-ins are welcome at 703 North Main.
Are you sick and tired of inflation driving up the price on virtually everything? At CTJ Express Oil Change, we have mastered the art of inflation-proof, lightning-fast oil changes. We tell inflation to take a hike with our happy hour discounts every weekday, 11 to 1 p.m., and our service appreciation discounts for local teachers, military, first responders, and correctional officers. We're fast, too, saving you time and money. And remember, at CTJ Express, we are the best for the most dependable place to get your state inspection. Come save with us at CTJ Express in Fort Stockton.
Contessa Ready Mix is now open and ready to serve all your concrete needs. They also offer general construction, precast, material hauling, and sand and gravel. They're located at 2270 Gonzales Loop. For more information, call 432-290-4947. Contessa Ready Mix, owned and operated by Colby Terraces, serving Fort Stockton and the surrounding area.
Are your insurance rates too high? At Fort Stockton Insurance, you're not stuck. We can shop within our own carriers to find the best deals. Do you know that we do more than property and auto? We do life, commercial, farm, and specialty insurance. Do you want to run on the field with the Baylor Bears, have an Aerolite plane or a vintage vehicle? We insure all of that. Need a bond or commercial insurance? We can help you there too. This is Pam at Fort Stockton Insurance. We're located at 901 West Dickinson, or give us a call at 336-8565.
This is Coach DJ Howe, Athletic Director and Head Football Coach at Fort Stockton ISD. On the field and in the classroom, success doesn't happen by accident. It starts with showing up, giving your best, and being prepared every single day. I want to recognize our parents, families, and community for always being in our corner. And a special thanks to the teachers and staff who put in the hard work that makes winning possible for our kids. Let's keep the momentum going and make this school year one to remember for every student, every team, in all of Fort Stockton.
Ram Country in Fort Stockton presents Warranty Forever, a warranty like no other, now covering every new Ram purchase from Fort Stockton's exclusive Ram dealer. No mileage limit, no year limit. Your new Ram is protected forever at no extra charge. Plus, Ram Country's warranty forever has no deductible and all parts and labor are covered. Log on to ramcountryfortstockton.com to shop online anytime. Then hurry to Ram Country and get your warranty forever at no extra charge.
When you need supplies in the oil field, the choice is clear. Choose Triple G Supply and Services in Fort Stockton. They have all the oil field supplies you need, including general oil field supplies, PVC pipe and fittings, hydraulic hoses, generators, safety equipment, household supplies, and much more. They also have roustabout services available. Triple G Supply and Services is right here in Fort Stockton at the west end of Dickinson at 1048 Crockett Avenue. Delivery is available to your location. Call 336-8280 for Triple G Supply and Services. Doctors Josh Pass, Brian Cherry, and Hewlin Pass are optometrists serving the West Texas area. They offer complete and thorough eye examinations for the whole family, including therapeutic optometry, eyeglasses, contact lenses, laser surgery consultation, and screenings for macular degeneration and diabetes with an in-office lab. Call to make an appointment today in Fort Stockton at 336-3662 or in Pecos 445-3662. West Texas Cinema shows the latest and best movies in Fort Stockton at Fort Stockton's Movie Theater next to the Convention Center at 2181 West Interstate 10. It's locally owned and family operated with shows every weekend with the freshest concessions. The theater is also available for rent for private conferences and meetings. Call for more information at 432-943-0131. Remember, there's a new movie premiere once a month. Check them out on Facebook or Instagram at West Texas Cinema. Pepito's Cafe in Fort Stockton is known far and wide for its great selection of authentic Mexican food and fabulous American food. They're open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Go by and sample Roy's Big Burger or any selection from the varied menu like tortas, tan pequeñas, shrimp cocktails. And they also have mango margaritas and strawberry margaritas. And they feature drive-through window service with breakfast served all day. And look for an expansion soon to serve their customers even better. Pepito's Cafe, 2014 West Dickinson. Call 336-2882.
All right, Darren, we're back. Seminole band playing at halftime. Let's take a look at the stats. First downs, Fort Stockton has 6 first downs in the first half. Seminole has 17.
Ooh.
We had 13 rushes for 88 yards, 1 fumble and 1 lost. So we ran only 25 plays in the first half. We were 5 out of 12 passing for 60 yards and 2 interceptions. So the turnovers really stand out. Seminole, 19 rushes for 106 yards, no fumbles. And Seminole, get this, passing 30 out of 31 for 289 yards. Only 1 incompletion in 31 passes for 289 yards. So they've got 395 yards of offense in the first half, and Fort Stockton just 148.
Well, that's, and a lot of their passing game is their running game. It's like a long handoff because they had a lot of passes that are just right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. 4 returns for Fort Stockton, 68 yards, 1 return for 18 for Seminole. We had 1 punt, averaging 23. We had 4 penalties for 40 yards. Seminole 3 penalties for 30 yards. So we did take the lead in the game, 7-0. A really nice run by Nick Almendares for a touchdown. But after that, it was all Seminole. They scored 38 unanswered points, and they've got a 38-7 lead at halftime.
Well, and again, we knew we needed a clean game. 3 turnovers and some very costly penalties have stopped our drives.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment with some scores right after this.
Ready to refresh, renew, and radiate? At RA Radiance Med Spa, we're here to help you look and feel your best. From glowing skin with hydrofacial and classic facials to smoother texture with microneedling and dermaplaning, your skin transformation starts here. Boost your wellness with IV hydration, vitamin injections, and our medical weight loss program featuring semaglutide and tirzepatide. Plus, don't miss our CareView scalp treatments with trusted Botox care. And great news, we're now open Monday through Friday. Call us today at 432-360-0248 or visit raradiancemedspa.com.
Airlawn Furniture is Fort Stockton's newest destination for furniture, appliances, mattresses, electronics, and more. They've been serving Pecos for over 30 years and look forward to doing the same for the lovely people of Fort Stockton. Enjoy free local delivery and installation, monthly specials, lease-to-own options with no credit needed. Visit them in-store at 1206 West Dickinson next to Lowe's or call 432-299-1181 or online at airlawnfurniture.com. Make the quality choice, Panther and Prowler fans. Choose Airlawn. Se habla español.
Well, Darren, we've got some scores. Jump in if you have a comment. Odessa Compass defeated Alpine last night 52-3.
Wow.
And Grape Creek lost to Coahoma, but barely. Grape Creek's playing pretty good football. 33-27 Coahoma last night. Amarillo defeated Caprock 45-10. And Canyon Randall over Dumas 27-14. Abilene defeated Lubbock Coronado 35-6. And now we move to current games going on. We have Sterling City 51, Van Horn nothing, third quarter. We have New Home 25, Abernathy nothing, halftime. We have Ingram Moore 34, Florence nothing, halftime. Breckenridge and Clyde are tied at 7, third quarter. Sweetwater 50, TLC out of San Angelo nothing at half. And at halftime, Snyder over Monahans 27-23. That's a heck of a ball game in our district.
Very important game because that's probably for third or fourth.
Okay, and Wink 53, McCamey nothing at halftime. Westbrook 68, Rotan 14, final. We have Menard 59, Lakey nothing, final. We have Albany over Miles 20-0, third quarter. Bushland leading Andrews 14-12 in the third quarter. And then we have Dalhart 40, Denver City 14, third quarter. We have Abilene Cooper 35, Lubbock Cooper 10, halftime. And that surprises you, right?
That is.
Bangs 35, Ballinger nothing, third quarter. Hawley 24, Anson 8, third quarter. Sonora 20, Forsan 0, halftime. Jim Ned 35, Comanche 3, third quarter. Ozona 58, Reagan County 8, halftime.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's Wall 28, Merkel 7, third quarter. And we have Graham 21, Burke Burnett 7 at the half. Lubbock Monterey 14, Lubbock 6 at halftime. Closer than I thought.
Yes.
Roosevelt and Muleshoe tied at halftime, 21-21. Lubbock Cooper Liberty 35, Perryton 7, third quarter. Slayton 35, Littlefield 21, third quarter. Shallowater 45, Pecos 7 at halftime. And here it's Seminole 38, Fort Stockton 7 at the half. Lamesa 41, River Road 20 at the half. West Plains leading Canyon 19-10 at halftime, pretty close. And it's Estacado 13, Levelland 6 at halftime. New Deal 20, Post 13, third quarter. We have Paladuro leading Wiley 21-14. And Wichita Falls Legacy 35, Plainview 27 at the half. And we have Lakeview 28, Brownfield 14 at half. Seagraves 24, Plains 7, third quarter. Hereford 21, Pampa 14, third quarter. Haskell 30, Monday 6 at halftime. Morton 28, Lockney 24 at the half. And it is Brady 34, Dublin 13, third quarter. Junction 2-0 over Center Point, final. Hamilton 18, Coleman nothing, third quarter. Clifton 21, Eastland 6 at the half. Early 21, Toller 14 at the half. We have Stamford 14, Cisco 12, third quarter. Ira Ann over El Dorado 34-27 at halftime. Crane 41, Anthony nothing at the half. And we're starting this game, so we will go on to the ball game now as Seminole kicks off to the Panthers. It goes into the end zone for a touchback, and the Panthers will start at the 25-yard line here in the third quarter. We'll see if we have made some adjustments on their passing game and, see what we can do on offense, too, with some adjustments.
Well, I do think I don't think Seminole's got great speed. I do think we need to get up on their receivers, maybe bump them a little bit, play them a little tighter because most of their passing is really within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Well, an amazing percentage, 30 out of 31 for Seminole passing in that first half for almost 300 yards. All right, here's the pass completion, and we drop the ball out in the left flat. Nick Almendares, it was thrown a little behind him, very difficult pass to catch from where it was placed, and so it's incomplete.
You know, I like that play because you've got a very good running back out in space,
Yeah.
and I think he could have made some decent yardage. Just, you know, it's a catchable ball, but it could have been thrown better.
Yeah. You got to throw it where your receiver can catch it, right?
Yep.
So, 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line for the Panthers. 2 receivers on each side. Low snap. And here's a pass complete into the right flat. And I believe that might have been Jaden Sotelo. We'll wait and see. But it's a gain of about 5 yards. And did Seminole get the ball?
That's what they're saying.
Away from Fort Stockton?
That was Angel Lujan.
Oh,
on
my
the catch,
goodness.
And they're going to say we fumbled it. I thought his forward progress had been stopped and he was thrown back and then the ball came loose. They're saying that
it is another turnover.
Yeah. I'm not sure. He really, you know, he had already got to the 30 and was going backwards. I think they stripped it at some point, but
it was in the midst of a bunch of players, so I couldn't tell. 1st and 10 for Seminole now at the Panther 28-yard line, and that was a fake reverse with a end coming around, and that was Landon Guerra, actually the running back, who kept the ball for about 2 yards. Maybe 3, and it's going to bring her up 2nd and 7. And here's Seminole pass complete into the left flat down to about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, I thought we might tighten up. We're still giving them quite a bit of cushion. And again, I'm not sure they're that fast.
About a 6-yard gain. It's 3rd and 2 now for the Indians at the Panther 21-yard line. Here's the pitch forward to another one of those receivers coming around. He's got a touchdown, and that's too easy.
That's
Number
15.
That's Landon Guerra. He's the running back, but he was lined up at receiver, and it's a pitch forward for the touchdown.
Well, that's 4 turnovers, and, you know, last week that was one of the keys to the game was no turnovers, and this week we've had 4, and that's tough. Again, I think his progress had been stopped and the ball came out late, but it's hard to tell in a pile-up.
All right, the extra point, really good kicker here for Seminole as well, too, and that kick is up, and it's good. So Seminole now leads it 45-7 over the Fort Stockton Panthers. That's your BBT score. We'll be back in a moment.
Always a good time at Joe's Place Cantina, located in historic downtown behind the Community Theater at 216 West 1st. Specialty cocktails, cold beer on tap, tacos, tortas, and more, served in 3 different areas. Or watching the big game. Also karaoke nights on Thursdays. Joe's Place open Wednesdays from 8 to 12 and Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 1, with family time and happy hour only from 6 to 8 p.m. Be sure to look at their Facebook page for upcoming events and information.
Looking for more ways to watch your favorite shows, sports, and movies? With BBT, it's simple. When you sign up for our Work and Play internet plan, you'll get a free Roku device and $10 in monthly streaming credits. Enjoy hundreds of channels, including popular Spanish language favorites like Univision, Unimas, and Telemundo, all with reliable local internet you know and trust. Call 800-592-4781 or order online 24/7 at BigBend.com. BBT, reliable, local, and connected.
All right, there's the kick by the Indians and a little bit of wind behind them, and that goes again halfway into the end zone. It'll be another touchback for the Panthers. And, Darren, we talked about this fumble here early in this half, just, you know, after a pass completion. We thought that either the receiver was down with the ball before the fumble or his forward progress had been stopped. Either way. But that's not the way they ruled it. They gave it to Seminole, and it's a quick touchdown for the Indians.
Yeah, usually once you're down and once your forward progress has been stopped and you're thrown back a couple of yards, it's over.
Yeah. 1st and 10 for Fort Stockton at the 25. Here's the running back, Jeremiah Gonzalez, now getting the carry. He's up to the 31-yard line. That'll be a 6-yard pickup for Jeremiah.
You know, I think our quick plays up the middle have done very well. It's the slow developing that kind of hurt us.
2nd down and 4 for the Panthers. Ball at the 31-yard line. We have 3 receivers on the right, I should say, 1 on the right. Here's the handoff again to Gonzalez. And there's nothing doing there for Gonzalez. No gain on the play this time.
No, I really tell you, he ran right into the back of a lineman, got pushed in his way, and then no place to go. We need to pick up this first down.
Yeah, it's a 3rd and 5 now for the Panthers with 10-11 to go, third quarter. Seminole on top, 45-7 over Fort Stockton as they take advantage of an early second half turnover by the Panthers. Here's Jaden Sotelo catching the ball, and he can't get out of the grasp of 2 or 3 Indians. Hey, we're going to get a pretty good spot this time.
He caught it at the 35 once again before he was pulled backwards, and so.
Well, that's a first down for the Panthers, brought to you by Cactus Health. Outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Lube. We've only had one M&J trucking touchdown tonight, and that was by Nick Almendares on a 45-yard run.
Well, we got one first down. Let's get 2.
1st and 10, Panthers at our own 35. The handoff goes to Jeremiah Gonzalez. He is knocked down immediately. Tough tackle there by number 23, Abraham Castillo, a linebacker.
Yeah, he was in a run blitz, and he ran right into the hole and was able to cut him down after about a 1-yard gain.
2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. 2 receivers on each side. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. Jeremiah Gonzalez, the running back. And now here's Jerry passing to Jeremiah. He's got a completed pass and tackle just before the first down. Tackle it around the 42-yard line. Well, you know what? They're not giving us forward progress. He had it at the 42,
yes,
and then he's knocked back to the 41, and they mark it at the 41.
Yeah, he was up just over the 42, and they pushed it all the way back. But, yeah, another big 3rd down, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4. We need the 45-yard line for a first down. We've got Jaden Sotelo here on the near side. We've got 2 receivers on the far side. And the slot man on the left. Here's the handoff. And that is going to be close to first down yardage, but not quite. It's about a yard short. It's a gain of 3, I would say, and we're going to be 1 yard short of the first down. It's 4th and 1 coming up.
Big 4th down play, and again, I thought we had one in the first half, but that was called back for a illegal motion penalty.
4th down and a yard. The Panthers look like they're going for it.
Well, we need to.
Yeah.
I like this,
Sure.
It doesn't. It's a win or a loss or a loss.
2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Diaz is in the shotgun. High snap. He hangs it off to Nick Almendares, and he will not have the first down.
No, you know what? We need to audible out. Seminole's got everyone on the line. They brought everyone up. They've got every gap covered. There's not going to be any place to run. They're too big. And I think when they bring everyone up, we need to go out wide on that play with a pass or a run.
No gain on that play, and it's 1st and 10 Seminole as we turn it over on downs once again. So we've turned it over on downs twice this half and on a turnover the other time, Darren.
Yeah, I think, but I don't mind the call. I don't mind. Let's go ahead and go for it. But if they're stacked in, we got to go outside.
All right, the Indians. Let's see if they've still, they still got their starters in there. And here's the end around, and it's almost good enough for 10 yards. They're going to mark him for about 9 yards perhaps on that end around play. And that's, of course, a receiver coming across the formation. They've used that a lot tonight. 2nd down and a yard. The Indians back to throw. And that was a really, we almost had the quarterback on a sack, but the offensive lineman drove our would-be tackler, past the quarterback. That was a pretty good play by that guy.
Yeah, he did a nice job of stepping up, and then he had room to run.
And that's another Seminole first down there. Seminole back to throw. Lots of time. We're rushing we rushed 4 guys, and that's going to be a decent gain for the quarterback on the keeper. He'll gain about 4 yards. 2nd down and about 5, I guess, for Seminole. And again, 45-7 our score here in the third quarter. About halfway through the period. We've got a 2nd and 5. Here's Seminole with a pitch out.
There's a hold. 66 grabbed him in the shirt and just dragging him.
Yeah, there's a flag coming in on this play by the Indians. This should be a holding call assessed.
Yeah, 66 was dragging him by the shirt. We had a great chance to make a play behind the line of scrimmage, but very obvious hold.
All right, holding against Seminole is the call. That'll back him up 10 yards. It'll be a 2nd and about 15, maybe 16. 6:35 to go in the third quarter. 45-7 is our score, with Fort Stockton trailing the Indians. This is the first district game for both teams. The other game going on is between Monahans and Snyder tonight.
And that's a battle.
It is a battle, yep. And that's kind of been back and forth.
See what they're looking at here. I don't think maybe they did.
2nd down and about 15. The quarterback goes over to the sideline to talk to the head coach for the Indians, who is Greg Pointer, by the way. Came here 4 or 5 years ago from Pampa. He's done a good job with this program.
I'm not sure why they stopped the clock. And,
he's led them deep into the playoffs several years, Darren. He's really put Seminole on the map in football. 2nd and 15. Fake handoff, and here's the passing play, which is immediately stopped. It is complete, but it's a loss of about 1 on that play.
Yeah, Diego Ramos got in there first, and then is finished up by Alan Leyva. Great job in bringing up 3rd and long now for Seminole.
Loss of a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd and 17. Back at the 30-yard line with under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Here's the Seminole quarterback all alone in the shotgun, and great protection once again. They just cannot get to him. Now, one of our safeties, our cornerbacks, did come up and put some pressure on him, and that was a safety, actually, Diego Ramos, who came up to put some pressure on the quarterback. But, boy, that Seminole offensive line has given the quarterback great protection.
Well, he did a nice job, and so it's going to bring up 4th down and about, 12 or 13.
Okay, Seminole will go for it on 4th down at the Panther 26-yard line. 45-7, the Indians leading in this game. That's your BBT score. And here's the shotgun snap. Quarterback lobs it into the end zone, wide open. Number 1 touchdown, Logan McCormick. Wow. That was a 4th down play, too.
That was 4th and long, and I tell you, he just got a step. He got inside our defender, and we let him get inside, had good inside position. The ball was just lobbed down the middle of the field. He ran under and caught it.
All right, that increases the lead by Seminole to 51-7. And here's the kick. And it is good, 52-7. The Indians leading here in the third quarter. We'll be back with more Panther football on KFST.
Alamo Tire and Auto Repair at 2709 West Dickinson now offers the $5 Club. If you can't afford to pay oil field prices, they've created the $5 Club, which allows average families to access affordable vehicle maintenance and repairs. Besides the deeply discounted rates and many no-charge services, the biggest value is a 25% discount on the posted shop labor rate. Call 432-242-7092.
Buck's Lube Center is located at 310 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. They feature quick oil changes, multi-point vehicle checks, inspection stickers, and fuel filters for all vehicles, specializing in mobile oil but with Motorcraft also in stock. Buck's Lube Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Remember, for reasonable prices and great service, it's Buck's Lube Center, 310 West Dickinson, Fort Stockton. They hope to serve you on every oil change.
And as we come back, Jaden Sotelo takes the ball at the 5-yard line and will return the kick up to the 30, and a 25-yard return for Jaden Sotelo.
Well,
Darren, we've had 4 turnovers tonight. We need to hang on to the football.
I'm surprised there. He handed it to the official that he didn't call that a fumble after his progress was stopped. But I guess he didn't. Not a bad return all the way out to the 30.
Yeah, 25-yard return. Well, we have 5:27 still left in the third period. Seminole on top big over Fort Stockton, 52-7. We actually led the game at the beginning, 7-0. Kind of a reverse of last week.
Really is.
1st and 10. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Nick Almendares. And one of the things that I would say at this point in the game, we don't need to get anybody hurt.
No. So obviously, it's I don't really care for it. Seminole's got all their starters in. They're still throwing the ball down the field on every play. I don't care for that either, really. Right. But so be it.
Well,
I hope they get beat bad by Greenwood, and I don't care for Greenwood.
2nd down and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, and it's Diaz in the shotgun. Diaz takes it. He's going to pump fake. And now he'll throw it downfield to Sotelo. Oh, man, Sotelo almost had a great catch.
Yeah, flag.
Then we've got a flag coming in the secondary.
I think I didn't see it. As much as I hope they call it, but I think they're going to call interference on Seminole, but we'll see.
Yeah, I believe that's what they're going to call is interference. It's difficult to see from behind what the official's call is, but I'm pretty sure that's interference.
Yeah. I didn't see – I saw the end of the play.
It's a defensive holding, Darren, is what it is.
I guess they grabbed him when he came out of his double move.
Yeah, it's a defensive holding, which gives us an automatic first down.
Cactus Health first down.
Yes, at the 40-yard line. Here's the handoff, and let's see. Is that Almendares or
yes,
Gonzalez in there? All right, Almendares comes in for this carry, and he's got about a 2-yard gain. 52-7 our score. Seminole dominating this game, but the Panthers started out with a touchdown of 45 yards from Almendares, and since then we have not been able to score.
Well, I think one thing on the 4th down plays, we're going to have to adjust when they stack everyone inside. I've noticed that.
2nd down and 8. Ball at the 42-yard line. In Fort Stockton territory, we put a receiver in motion, and now we'll pitch it out to Almendares. He's going to be stopped for a loss on the play. That's an excellent tackle there by Seminole for about a 4-yard loss.
See, like on that play right there, I think when the quarterback sees it, they're bringing everyone up to the line and covering every gap. I think that's when we need to throw the ball down the middle somewhere because there's just too many people to block right in the middle of the field.
All right, it is 3rd down and 13 now.
Big play. 2
receivers on each side. Almendares in the backfield, and along with Jerry Diaz. Man, that was one of our offensive linemen just got manhandled right there. That I tell you, Seminole's got some big and strong guys. I don't know how fast they are, how agile they are, but
well, they're bringing that was a screen pass, and we let them through a little bit too quick, and they didn't have time to develop anything. So it's going to bring up 4th and very long.
4th and 13 for the Panthers. So Diego Ramos will be back to punt this time for the Panthers. We'll try to pin them a little deeper and make them work a little harder to score, Darren. I hope our defense can get a stop.
We better hurry. 3, 2.
And here's Diego with a low line drive kick. He got hit.
Yes, he did.
After the kick. And so the Panthers will down it at the 25. But we may have a roughing the kicker call here on Seminole, which would give Fort Stockton an automatic first down.
It's probably going to be running into the kicker.
It is a personal foul. Roughing the kicker. It's 15 yards and an automatic first down.
I don't think he got roughed. I'm going to be honest. I think he got bumped into, but
Will you take it?
But I'll take it because we've been on the wrong end of most of these calls. I thought the fumble and the touchdown were definitely calls that went against what I would have called.
All right, so Seminole, Fort Stockton will get the first down on the Seminole side of the 50-yard line at the 48. And it's a 52-7 game. Seminole in the lead.
I don't want to say anything, but when I heard all the officials speaking German before the game, I thought we might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Do Indians speak German?
No, but I heard some Mennonites at the restaurant speaking it.
Yes.
Low German. They speak low German. I don't know
low German.
What is the difference?
There's a lot of difference.
Evidently.
And there's a flag coming in at the end of this play on the tackle. Was it a face mask, perhaps? Yeah, it's a face mask against Seminole. Well, there's a lot of different.
It's low German. If you're tall, it's high German.
No.
What would it be?
I have a daughter-in-law who speaks High German. Of course, she's from Germany. But the Mennonites speak Low German in general. Now, my program director up here for the German program, John Peters, actually speaks both Low and High German. But Laura, in fact, the people who speak Low German tell me that they can't understand High German.
Wow.
All right, here is a pass complete to Jeremiah Gonzalez on the far side, and it will be held to very short yardage. That is no gain on that pass completion.
I thought he got across the 30. I thought he did. Are they not going to mark it there?
No. In fact, it might be a slight loss, but it's right at the 31-yard line and no gain on the play.
Yeah, he got grabbed and slung back he was at the 30.
We got another Cactus Health first down a moment ago, by the way, on that call. And now here's a handoff. Oh, an immediate tackle by the Indians by a much bigger guy. Jeremiah Gonzalez was just swallowed up on that play.
Yeah, they're bringing some linebackers right up. They're sending some run blitzes right now.
Loss of 2 on the play, 3rd down and 12. Back to the 33-yard line. Well, next week we will play Snyder at home, and there's a battle going on between Monahans and Snyder right now.
Oh, yeah. And really, we need to win our home games. If we can beat Snyder and Monahans at home, and I believe we will.
3rd and 12. Here's the quick pass out into the left flat to Jeremiah Gonzalez, and he is brought down basically with no gain there. So that's the Seminole defense is playing really well right now.
Yeah, they're coming downhill. They're playing deep. We're going to have to run past them and catch them like we did on the double move where they're running up and we run past them and they have to grab us.
Well, now it's 3rd down and 12. Now we've been helped out on this drive by a roughing the kicker call and also
there's a flag down.
A holding call defensively.
There's a flag down.
Yes, I know. I see that.
I'm not sure what the call is. I guess it was declined maybe.
All right, so it's 4th down and 12 for the Panthers. Yeah, it was declined, whatever that penalty was. 4th and 12, 2 receivers on each side, Jerry in the shotgun, and he will pass downfield, intended for, I believe, number 3 there, Christian B. Slott.
7, number 7.
Oh, is it 7?
Yes.
All right, that's Landon Rivas, and it's incomplete. And he had a chance at that.
Yeah, it was close. It was really a nice pass, a chance at a catch. Well covered, though.
And you know what? I think it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, it was pretty well covered, but had he threaded the needle, he would have been able to pull away and get in. Well, we have tried for it on 4th down a number of times.
Yes. 52-7 remains our score. Now here comes a different quarterback into the ball game. I believe it is Oscar Grijalva. No, yeah, it is. I think it's Grijalva at quarterback. No, that's Grijalva, the running back, and number 12 is the quarterback now for Seminole. Jacob Gonzalez, a sophomore. And I believe that pass, was it caught?
No,
yes, it was.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
It was caught for a loss of 3.
Yes, it was.
So they do have some backups in there now for the Indians. But I still do see they're big, and there's a hold on Seminole, I believe a flag in the backfield, and that receiver was knocked out of bounds around the 49. But we've got a flag in the backfield.
Grijalva, that reminds me of that movie we watch every Christmas, the Grijalva that stole Christmas.
Okay.
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. 10-yard penalty, holding against the Seminole Indians.
Well, Bushland, Andrews is playing Bushland a good game. I don't think either team is as good as they've been. 14-12, it's close.
Who's leading?
Bushland.
Bushland. What about the Monahan-Snyder score?
They're still showing a halftime score.
Oh, my. We don't have an update.
They may have quit.
Second down and 20 or so for the Indians now. It looks like more than 20. Here's the pass, complete into the middle of the field around the 28-yard line, and that will gain about 10 yards on that play. But it's still going to be third and long for the Indians, third and about 13 or 14. The new quarterback in the game for the Indians now. They still have the guy who's committed to UTEP on the offensive line. Fort Stockton jumped off sides, I think. And there's an interception by the Panthers at the 42-yard line. Unfortunately, I think this is not going to count because I think we were off sides.
Did they throw a flag?
The interception was by Anthony Cortez. Yeah, they threw the flag.
Yes, they did.
It's offsides, Fort Stockton.
I was hoping we might have jumped back, but I think Seminole knew they had a free play, so they just went ahead and threw it deep.
Anthony Cortez did intercept the ball, but it won't count because of the offsides against the Panthers.
Well, Lubbock Cooper has scored 2 straight touchdowns, but they still trail 35-16, and I picked them to win.
This should be the last play of the third quarter, Darren. 3 seconds left.
I'm going to go ahead and I was thinking about maybe going and getting a soda pop and maybe a candy bar. Take a short break.
Yeah. All right, here's the snap, and here's the completed pass into the left flat.
Oh, wow.
They're going to have a first down. They're going down the sideline and finally brought down about the 23-yard line of Fort Stockton. So that's a big play.
Well, it was a wide receiver screen, and I tell you, he was able to get in behind those guys, and it just was set up perfect.
That is the end of the third quarter. We'll be back in a moment.
Lunch special is served Monday through Friday during lunchtime. Monday is the grilled chicken salad. Tuesday is the taco and style breakfast. Bienvenidos open Monday through Saturday, 9 p.m., 405 West Dickinson. They deal in sport utility vehicles, cars, convertibles, sedans, wagons, and dealership service department caters to the basic service needs of vehicles and stocks genuine parts, payment calculations, and a variety of financing and leasing options. Amistad Motors, located at 2110 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton.
This is Dakota Live Safe for the Pecos County State Bank. In West Texas, integrity is a way of life. We stand by our friends. We are true to our word. Easy or hard, we do the right thing. At Pecos County State Bank, you will find honest, hardworking, friendly people you can trust. You will find integrity. A West Texas institution since 1928. The Pecos County State Bank, all the bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
We're back, and here's Seminole in the shotgun after a big play, and now they've got it set up inside the red zone. They have a 1st and 10, and now they've got about a 3 or 4 yard pass completion down to about the 17-yard line. All right, here's Seminole in the shotgun again, backup quarterback in there now. Here's the pitch forward to a receiver coming around the formation, and he's going to have a touchdown. Number 15, that's Landon Guerra. Now, he is the starting running back for Seminole, who was lined up at receiver and scores the touchdown.
Yeah, they have a backup quarterback, but nearly all of their starters are still on the field.
That is true.
All of their line is they've got all their. They have 90% of their starters on the field, which
Guerra scores, and that puts Seminole up big, 58-7 now, with the extra point to come. And here's the kick by the Indians. It is up and good, 59-7. Our Fort Stockton Panthers trail the Indians. That's your BBT score. We'll be back.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, finances, insurance? Then let State Farm Automobile Insurance Company help you simplify and get to a better state. Because I, Kessie Ledesma, your local State Farm agent, can handle your auto, home, and life insurance, so you'll have more time for everything else. Call me today at 432-336-8575 and get to a better state with State Farm.
The Steakhouse Restaurant announces the addition of a very affordable express lunch, served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2, priced at only $7.99. It's fast and affordable with perfect portions. The lunch choices include 2 cheese enchiladas with rice and beans, 2 beef tacos with rice and beans, 2 chicken flautas with rice and beans, half a quesadilla, beef or chicken with rice and beans, a chicken breast with long green chili, rice and cucumber salad, or a half chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and cucumber salad. Come by, sample the express lunch at the Steakhouse, 1100 West Dickinson.
All right, we're back, and the Indians have added on another touchdown. It's now 59-7. The Indians on top of the Panthers. Here's the kick, taken at the 5-yard line by the Panthers, and we're returning it right up the middle. Jaden Sotelo, another nice return up to the 30-yard line, about a 25-yard return. The 2 Sotelo boys, Jaden and Nicky, are good returners.
They really are, and we have some skilled players.
Well,
Nick
we've got
Almendarst had a great run in the first quarter for that touchdown.
Oh yeah,
and he's really turned into a good running back.
He really has, and Jerry Diaz doing a good job at quarterback. And we've got some decent receivers that now these Seminole receivers are impressive. They've caught almost everything tonight.
Well, really we just have not figured out the short passing game, and we're going to have to get up and bump them, I think.
First down and 10 for the Indians, for Fort Stockton, I should say, at the 30-yard line. All right, so we put a slot right back up on the line of scrimmage. And here's the handoff, I believe, maybe Almendares up to is it Gonzalez?
It's Jeremiah.
Yeah, okay. Jeremiah Gonzalez for a 5-yard gain. Panthers have a 2nd and 5. Try to run some clock. I would
too.
My goodness. I mean, we've got 25 seconds on the play clock. Why get up there and run the play before all this time is run off the clock? All right, that is a pass complete to Jaden Sotelo on the far side. That'll be a first down, and that'll be a pickup of about 9 yards. Real nice pass and catch. Diaz to Sotelo, and that's Jaden.
It is. And
ball at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10 Panthers.
We've moved the ball pretty well at times. Penalties and turnovers have really hurt us, though.
We've had, 4 turnovers tonight?
We have.
Yeah. And Seminole has had none. There's a, that snap was bobbled by Jerry, and he was trying to pick it up. Seminole hit him just as he was trying to pick it up. He did get the ball back, though. It's about a 6-yard loss.
He did. He was trying to pick it up, was going to throw it away, but too late.
2nd down and 15 now for the Panthers after the fumble.
All right, let's see if we can get a big play.
About 9:45 left in the game now, 2nd and 15. Jerry back to throw. He's overthrowing Jaden Sotelo on this play.
Yeah, he just threw that one away. He saw the defender breaking on that. The pass wasn't going to go anywhere, so he just threw it out of bounds, really.
Many times it's said that football games depend on what happens at the line of scrimmage, and that's probably somewhat true tonight. Seminoles got very good lines on both sides of the ball. 3rd and 15. Here's Diaz back to throw. And he's really being chased here. and he launches one downfield, throws it away. That'll be thrown into the home side stands.
We had a guy Cy Rojas, they knocked his helmet off. I'm surprised. He's asking him, the guy grabbed my head and took my helmet off. Why is there not a penalty?
3rd down and 15 now.
I think that's 4th down.
Oh, is it 4th? Okay.
I believe it is.
All right, so it's punting time for the Panthers. We'll see if we can, if Seminole perhaps puts some of their backups in. They did have a backup quarterback in on the last drive.
Yeah, they're sure are great sportsmen. That was really, really good.
But I think most of the rest of them were their starters, including the guy who scored the touchdown.
Yeah, it was.
59-7, Fort Stockton trailing the Seminole Indians.
We ran on a guy late. I think we called timeout.
All right, a timeout, Fort Stockton. We'll be back with more Panther football in just a moment.
The First National Bank of Fort Stockton offers rock-solid banking services with a friendly staff and offers extended lobby hours. They're a full-service bank, and it's locally owned and operated, and they appreciate your business. First National Bank of Fort Stockton also operates Brave National Bank in Ira-Ann. The First National Bank is proud to support the Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams in all their competition and say, go Panthers and Prowlers. The friendly First National Bank of Fort Stockton, 1000 West Dickinson, member FDIC. Sawyer Insurance Agency has 4 locations in West Texas to serve you, including 706 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton and 1502 South Stockton Avenue in Monahans, with offices in Midland and Lubbock. They offer the most complete line of commercial and personal insurance, from workers' comp, general liability, business and personal auto, commercial property, equipment, oil and gas, farm and ranch, and home insurance. Contact Clyde, Nathan, or Travis Sawyer today by calling 336-7543 or 943-9600.
Well, as we come back to play, I believe on the punt, we had a false start, and so that'll back us up 5 yards. Only the second penalty of the second half against Fort Stockton. It's 4th down and 20 for the Panthers. And now here's Diego with the punt. Last time they ran into him. Oh, they catch it on the run, and that's going to be a nice return for Seminole down to the Panther 40-yard line. So that'll be about a 23-yard return. The Indians will have it 1st and 10 at the Panther 41. They've got great field position again with 9:16 still left in this game. They've got a 59-7 lead over Fort Stockton.
Ooh.
Wow. What about that Monahan-Snyder game?
Well, it's in the 4th quarter, and Snyder was still leading 27-23, but I think Monahan's was in scoring position. But I haven't got a new score yet.
All right, 41-yard line of Fort Stockton. Seminole has the ball. Quarterback in the shotgun, and he will hand it off. And that running back is brought down at the 35. So about a 5-yard gain at least for the Indians right there. Yep. They're going to have about 6 on this one, so it'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Yes, Monahan's is taking the lead 30-27 at the start of the 4th quarter.
Oh, wow. What a game between Monahan's and Snyder tonight.
Yes, it is.
Monahan's has yet to have a win, right?
They're both winless.
Are they both? Okay.
Yes.
Boy, that was good blitz by the Panthers, but they do complete the pass and get a 1st down to the 28-yard line. Well, Darren, this is just what Seminole does. They pass the ball.
Well, they got all their starting linemen out there, so. Or at least.
No, not all of them.
No, not all of them. They have changed out a couple.
They do have the new quarterback in there. I believe it's number 12.
17 took off early.
Jacob Gonzalez. All right, is that a completed pass?
It was, but
okay.
Number 4 made the tackle for a loss, I do believe.
Yep, loss of about 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 13. Seminole now has it at the Fort Stockton 31-yard line. 7:39 and counting down in this game. Three receivers on the left, one on the right. One running back, quarterback in the shotgun. He's to throw, and he completes it again and immediately tackled by Diego Ramos on the far side. That'll be a pickup of about 4 yards.
I don't think I've ever seen this many short passes in a game. I bet it's 50 short passes. They've thrown the ball down the field 2 or 3 times, but most of them are along the line of scrimmage.
Well, they threw the ball 31 times in the first half, and they've thrown it almost that much here in the second. There's a sack on the quarterback, and we finally get to the quarterback for a loss on the play. Back to the 35-yard line, loss of about 6.
Really a nice job on the blitz. And then the quarterback stepped up to avoid the blitz right into one of our linemen, I believe number 66, who got the sack. So
4th down and 16 for the Indians with 6:35 left. Quarterback in the shotgun, and they will quick kick this on 4th down. And there was a fair catch, but the Panthers are nowhere near it, and they will down the ball at the 19-yard line. So about a 15-yard punt is all. So the Panthers will have it 1st and 10 with 6:24 to go. And that was a more sportsmanlike drive, I guess, by Seminole, I guess you could say.
Well, I'm surprised they waited till 2/3 of the way through the 4th quarter.
We'll have a chance at a win over Seminole tomorrow in volleyball. And that's at the Special Event Center tomorrow.
25-0, 25-0, 25-0.
Well, we need to play well tomorrow. We need that win over Seminole.
We really do, and we played very well at times. We played well against Monahans and Seminole the first time.
That'll be at noon tomorrow at the Special Event Center. JV starts at 11. There's a handoff by Fort Stockton, and it will get up to about the 19, and we might have lost a yard on that play. I believe we did.
That's Nick Almendaris running the ball.
At this point, I think both teams are just trying to get this game over with. It is out of hand as Seminole is leading 59-7 over the Panthers. Seminole's going to get their first win in district, and they're going to go to 5-2 and 1-0. Fort Stockton, we're going to drop to 4-3, and we're going to drop to 0-1 in district. But we've got Snyder at home next week, and we're looking forward to that game. We've had some tough luck from time to time against Snyder, and this time I want to dominate them.
Oh yes. We need to win that game. That's the must-win games. Honestly, we've got to win at home against Monahans and Snyder.
Yeah.
And then we will get 3rd in district, and then whatever else happens will be gravy.
So the 19-yard line, the line of scrimmage, it's 3rd and about 9 for the Panthers. Here's Jerry back to throw. And he's pump fakes, and now he's going to run the ball. There's a flag coming in. I don't know. I didn't see a holding on the edge, but that's what they're going to call. It's a hold against Fort Stockton. Wow.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes they get these wide receivers for a holding call, and we got one there.
We got one there, and they're going to mark it off. I thought they might take the 4th down because he didn't have a 1st down, but they're going to step off the penalty. I think it should be half the distance. Oh no, they're not going to take the. They're not going to take the penalty.
Yeah, they're going to
take. No, now they're. Yeah, they are taking the penalty.
Oh, they are. Okay.
The guy did it. He didn't mark half the distance. He marked off 10 yards.
Well, it's at the 12-yard line, and it's going to be a repeat of what down? We're in third down. Third down and about 15 for the Panthers. We've got 2 receivers on each side. Diaz in the shotgun. And here's a, oh, my goodness.
Oh, I tell you.
Boy, that was really the ball was right there and probably should have been caught. It was a little high, but Robbie Melendez dropped it right there.
Yeah, he had it. It would have been, looked like a great catch, and then it just popped loose.
Nice pass from Jerry, a little bit high, but catchable.
Catchable.
We're going to run a player on at the last moment. But we've still got plenty of time on the clock.
Well, I think Jerry's probably just going to punt it.
All right, 4th down and long. And here's Jerry, a quick kick. And that'll be picked up by the Indians right at the 44-yard line. And, man, they're returning it down inside the 20. He's still going to the 10 and to the 5. He's going to run into the end zone for a return of a
flag
punt.
down.
Of a punt for a touchdown. Is there a flag? Yes,
Yeah.
there is at the 20.
So,
well, that's good news.
I think one thing that happened is on a return, you've got to keep your blocks up. It looked like they went down on the block. We'll see what they signal.
And their return man is very good. And now there's one of these guys that Austin Olivas usually returns. He's number 2, and he is already committed to Harvard to play football.
That hotbed of football, Harvard.
And then, of course, Chase Elrod is committed to UTEP, I believe.
I believe you are correct.
So they do have some very good talent on this Seminole football team and have had in the past, too. I remember they had an offensive lineman recruited and went to Texas.
He did. And then he went to ACU and was all conference a couple of years. And I think he's done with this football, though, now.
Well, Seminole gets called for a penalty here. I guess a block in the back. And it is back to the 34-yard line. They've got a 1st and 10 with 4:50 remaining in the game. And here's the pass completed. And then after the tackle was made by number 4, Fabian Ramirez. And then the receiver kind of fell down. Loss of 4 or 5 on that play. 4.5 minutes left to go in the football game tonight.
I don't know why it seems like it's been such a long game. Maybe all the penalties or all the passes, something.
Yeah. And here's a pass complete in the left flat, and that will be for about 8 or 9 yards there.
Now, that's one of the few passes that have really been down past the line of scrimmage, and even that was just an 8-yard pass.
Yeah.
They really keep everything short.
It is 3rd down and 4. Quarterback in the shotgun, puts a receiver in motion. He hands off to him. And coming across from left to right, and he will have close to 1st down yardage. I think he's got it at the 22. Oh, there's a flag here on the near side.
It's
a false start on Seminole.
Illegal motion. They finally got him on the illegal motion call, which I've called it 5 times, but my flag just can't make it to the field. They finally got the guy. They've got a guy that starts early a lot. Oh, they're going to wave it off.
Oh, boy.
How do you?
I don't know. How do you wave off a false start?
How do you? Well, he gave the rolling the barrel, but I don't know.
That's a 1st down then for Seminole.
That's kind of weird. You throw a flag and you don't call it.
1st and 10 for the Indians at the 22 of Fort Stockton. And really good protection again by the offensive line. The quarterback runs out of bounds for a 2-yard gain at the 20.
Don't run out of bounds. Anyway.
The clock is continuing to run.
I think it's 2 minutes that it stops when you go out of bounds.
Ball at the 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8. Low snap. Quarterback to throw quickly, and I believe that receiver caught the ball.
I hope so.
I believe he did for about a 1-yard pickup.
I hope he caught it.
Right he was laying on the turf on his back when he caught the ball. 2:40 now remaining in the game. Now they've started the play clock. Quarterback all alone in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Now they bring the slot man back to the running back spot. And he will be blocking for the quarterback, but the Panther defense held up the quarterback very well that time. Tackled him at the 16-yard line for not much.
Let's see if they try a long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I don't think so either.
But it looks like they may go for it.
It's 4th down and 4. Yeah, they're going to call a timeout and probably going to try to kick a field goal. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in a moment.
Hernandez Sanitation in Fort Stockton proudly serves a large portion of West Texas with sanitation services, including the oil field for portable toilets, holding tanks, septic tank service, grease trap service, or large roll-off trash containers. Contact Hernandez Sanitation today by calling owner and operator Joe Angel Hernandez at 432-336-3803. Hernandez Sanitation, a proud member of the Fort Stockton community, always supporting all the athletic and extracurricular activities in Fort Stockton schools.
Your dreams are what power our community. When it comes to buying a home, starting a business, or tools to help with everyday money management, Citibank is a proud community leader for your financial needs. From personal checking and lending solutions to mobile banking and a suite of business services, our goal is to help you achieve yours. Citibank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, we're back with more Panther football, and rather than kick a field goal, it looks like Seminole is going for it on 4th and about 5. Quarterback in the shotgun, 2 receivers on each side. And that looked like a hold in the middle there, but they didn't call it. And that is an incomplete pass into the end zone, and so that will turn the ball over on downs.
Yeah, there was a pretty good grab right there in the middle as we sent a blitz.
Well, you can tell when they grab the jersey, especially if it's a white jersey.
Well, I think the key when it was pulled over his face and he didn't know where he was, that's but somebody did something. I don't think we play with our shirt over our face mask. But I think maybe 2 or 3 plays and we can have Sam pack up everything. We can go down to the concession stand, and then he can. What do you think?
It might be a pretty good idea. Sam might not go for it. Sam's our cameraman, by the way.
Yes, he is.
Does a good job at that, and
that's when he's not down. He's out there eating and visiting friends at one point. We didn't get any shots of the game.
Here's a handoff going up the middle for the Panthers to about the 25-yard line. Nice gain of about 8 yards for Jeremiah Gonzalez. Well, it's been a tough game.
They still had one of their 54 who's going out who kind of got binged. He's a starter, I think, on their defense.
But it's unbelievable, really, to me, how many times this Seminole team passes the football. They really pass a lot.
I had no idea.
And here's a pass by us. Jeremiah's got a first down and more out to about the 36-yard line. They're giving him a good spot to the 38. All right, a first down brought to you by Cactus Health Services. With under a minute to go, and we're going to call a timeout, are we?
Don't do that.
All right, we're calling timeout. We'll be back in a moment.
United Country Real Estate is your top real estate agency in the Trans-Pecos, serving Pecos, Reeves, Ward, Terrell, Brewster, and Presidio counties. You'll find fabulous listings for West Texas homes, ranches, commercial property, and hunting land, serving all surrounding area towns and communities. Visit their website today at ucre-wtx.com to view their listings. Also ask them about property management, located at 1032 North Highway 285 in Fort Stockton, also with an office in Pecos. Call United Country today at 432-336-1111.
Well, we thought we were calling timeout, but we took it back.
That's
I think.
interference.
So, boy, that looked like interference.
That was interference.
They hit our receiver before the ball arrived. That might have been Mason May.
It was. He got hit early. The guy ran right through him. And, of course, it wasn't going to be much of a gain. It does stop the clock.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line. 1:03 left to go in this ball game. Seminole on top, 59-7. And here's Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Jeremiah. Jeremiah tries to turn it to the outside on the left side, and he's got 5 or 6 yards.
You know, one thing I really like on their end zone clock, the play clock, the 40-second clock, 25, whatever you want to call it, they also have the time left in the quarter. There's 40 seconds, so that's really a neat feature. I like that.
3rd down and about 5 or 6. Panthers at our own 42-yard line. Diaz in the shotgun. Here's the pass complete to Jeremiah, and he has a couple of yards on the pass completion.
I think that ought to be the last play. I wouldn't run another one.
Yeah, the game clock is at 15 seconds. It's 4th and 4. I would stop it right here. I'd just not run a play. They don't have to.
Well, if that'll just throw it deep and see if we can score a touchdown. They're offsides.
That was offsides by Seminole. So here's Jerry throwing one deep downfield, and it is incomplete. That was a long pass.
That was a long pass. He threw that 55 yards in the air. So
I believe that's it for the game.
No, there'll be one untimed play since they were offsides if we want to take it, and I'm not sure we will. But, yeah, we're going to take the play. So we may run an untimed play, maybe throw the ball deep down the field one more time. He can really throw the ball a long way.
Yeah, Jerry's got a strong arm, as we know in baseball, too.
Yes, yes.
1st down and 10, ball at the 49-yard line in Fort Stockton territory. We're going to hand it off to Jeremiah, and Jeremiah is going to hurdle. Some players could have gotten hurt on that play. He's tackled, and that'll be the end of the game after about a 5-yard pickup. All right, the final score here tonight is Seminole 59, Fort Stockton 7. We'll be back in a moment.
United Country Real Estate is your top real estate agency in the Trans-Pecos. Serving Pecos, Reeves, Ward, Terrell, Brewster, and Presidio counties, you'll find fabulous listings for West Texas homes, ranches, commercial property, and hunting land. Serving all surrounding area towns and communities. Visit their website today at ucre-wtx.com to view their listings. Also ask them about property management. Located at 1032 North Highway 285 in Fort Stockton, also with an office in Pecos. Call United Country today at 432-336-1111.
Attention Fort Stockton, the deal you've been waiting for is here at K-Bob's Steakhouse. It's the 2 for $20 special. Pick your starter. How about the famous chips and queso or crispy fried pickles? Then pair it with an entree like the savory Philly sandwich, southern catfish platter, or juicy chicken strips. Every entree comes with a side, baked potato, golden fries, or fresh green beans, all for $20. Hurry into K-Bob's Steakhouse in Fort Stockton for the deal that's big on flavor but easy on your wallet. See y'all soon.
Well, Darren, let's wrap up the ball game for you tonight. The only touchdown by the Panthers came early with 5:12 left, or make that 8:12 left in the first quarter. It was a 45-yard touchdown run by Nick Almendares. Panthers were looking good there, but Seminole came back and scored 59 unanswered points after that touchdown, and Seminole really kind of dominated the game after that point. They had a great short passing game and very high completion rate, and their running game was there when they needed it, although it wasn't near as good as their passing game. But, Seminole Indians are a very good football team. They've got a lot of big guys on the line of scrimmage on both sides, and, they'll be tough in this district. We'll have to see. I mean, obviously, Greenwood beat the team that beat Seminole, and so you would think that Greenwood is the kind of the top seed in the district right now.
Yeah, based on, it's tough to, I think Seminole played West Plains a pretty decent game. They didn't play Liberty a good game at all.
No.
So that'll be interesting to see. But, yeah, I think Seminole and Greenwood will be playing for the district championship. But I give Greenwood the edge based on that one game.
Yeah. All right, Darren, 59-7, our final score, and we had quite a few turnovers tonight as well. I think we had 4, didn't we?
We did.
And so that hurt us, and we had a number of penalties, but Seminole did too.
Yes.
And it more than evened out there in the penalty department. But we've got Snyder next week at home.
They're leading Monahans right now 33-30 late in the fourth quarter.
Wow, what a game there. And so Snyder Tigers is what we have next week at home. We hope everybody will be there to back us up, and we can make the playoffs for sure.
We ought to be able to get third for sure.
Okay, so that's going to wrap it up from Wigwam Stadium in Seminole. Ken Ripley, Darren Hodges, and Sam Warren saying good night. You've been listening to Fort Stockton High School Panther football on KFST AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and on KFST's YouTube page. Panther football has been brought to you by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Cassia Ledesma State Farm Insurance, The Steakhouse Restaurant, The First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place and Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Panther football has also been brought to you by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Sauceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance and Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture and Appliance, and by BBT. Thanks for tuning in for Panther football.